From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Packed out the winter jacket yesterday.
Did you? Wasn't that cold?
Not
yesterday.
Matthew had on his scarf and winter toque.
Scarf?
Yesterday?
Yeah, for the walk
Y'all
yesterday.
are like
Bro,
so dramatic.
I know. I had the AC on in the truck yesterday.
you really?
Yeah, man. I got hot. I was sitting somewhere in the sun. And it was just baking through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on here. So you're all like scarves and toques already?
Oh my God, yeah, with the hood up on his winter coat with the fur all around it.
Oh my God. You look silly this time of year walking around like that.
That's not.
I still haven't put socks on.
Still,
No.
feet and toes don't get cold.
No.
Even
no.
when you get in the truck, like so early in the morning.
No. I was so hot last night. Like I'm lying. Oh God. I sit on the couch, right? And I have my tiny little corner of the couch. And then Catherine decides that she wants to like cuddle, right? And I love it. Don't get me wrong.
But
The idea that any woman would want to sit close to me
Mm-hmm.
is like, I do not take that for granted.
There's a
right?
lineup.
Thank you, Maury. But I'm bony. I'm not comfy. I don't have like, I'm not soft, right? I'm just like, I'm
dry.
uncomfortable.
she just wants to cuddle with her fiance.
Okay. So she like lines up against me with her head on my lap, and then she's got a blanket on her, and then underneath the blanket is a cat. And like there's so much heat going on that I start sweating and becoming extremely uncomfortable and irritable. And I don't want to start like, I don't want to push her off. So I just start fidgeting, hoping that she'll get pissed off enough to lift her head, and she does not. And then eventually I say, babe, you're killing me right now. Like you're absolutely killing me.
How many minutes
right
had
now.
passed?
40.
40 minutes.
40 minutes, and I'm sitting there dying, right?
That's enough time for a cuddle.
I'm dying. I'm so hot. And I can feel like my bum starting to sweat, like under my jeans and stuff like this, right?
Gross.
Like I go to move and it's not a shimmy, it's a slide. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like that on the couch, and I'm gassy, and I'm like, I got to fart and everything else.
You need to see a doctor.
And then I go, listen, I'm done with this, right? I'm done with this. I gotta go to bed. And then she says, oh yeah, I'm going to bed too. And I'm like, ugh. So
God, now you know how I feel every day.
Wow.
So, and not that I listen, I because I know what happens, right?
Yeah.
So I go down to bed, and then I get in the bed, and we bought these new sheets, and they're just so incredible, everything else. And I go, I'm leaving my shirt on tonight because I know I'm going to sweat, right? She goes, why do you know you're going to sweat? I'm like, because I'm so revved up hot right now that I know I'm going to sweat through this shirt, and I just need a little protection between me and the new sheets.
Right.
And
But no
she's like,
pants.
no pants. And she goes,
Even though your sweaty ass, huh?
yeah, no, even with, yeah, I know.
gotta air that out.
I had to air it out, right? I just had to air it out in the bed. And then so I lie there.
Yeah.
And then she goes, here, this is what you need. And she starts ripping all the blankets off me.
Okay.
Right? Which I don't like. I feel too exposed that way. Right? I'm bare ass with no blanket. So then I pull the sheet back up, and she goes, you good now? And I go, yeah. And then she takes one of those arms of hers and she throws it right across my chest.
Aw.
Hey, how come you don't go into
So
the backyard
sweet.
half naked to air out?
No, not sweet.
So
no,
sweet.
no, not sweet.
Aw.
Not sweet at all. Too hot.
Fiance just wants to cuddle.
I know
man.
she wants to cuddle. And don't get me wrong, I am forever
Bro,
grateful
you-
that she wants to cuddle with
No,
me.
you messed up big time, bro.
I did not mess up.
You
No.
messed up.
No.
She was trying to put the moves on you.
She was not.
And she was setting it up from the couch.
No.
From the time you guys were on the couch.
You think I miss signals?
Bro, your game is long gone. You could not see from a mile away that pheromones were in the air.
No,
And
there was no pheromones.
She was throwing it
You
all at you.
are mad.
No,
I did
no.
not miss any signal.
You
No,
and that
no,
sweaty
no.
ass of yours.
No, no,
missed
no.
an opportunity.
No. No.
For a little Monday night hookup with your fiance.
No.
Yeah, look at all the signs, guys.
Shut up. There's no
Signs are right there.
signs.
Yeah.
There was no signs.
Bro, you just detailed all the
no,
signs.
you shut up with that. There was no signs.
You blocked
Come
so
on.
hard.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They say that the key to a good night's sleep, we all need that, is to sleep like a toddler. And when they say sleep like a toddler, they
fight your bedtime?
Thank you. Like a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Fight it tooth and nail.
Can I just have one more minute, please?
Okay. So when they say sleep like a
2
toddler,
minutes?
what they suggest are 4 things to getting a good night's sleep that you can take from a toddler's routine. One is set a consistent bedtime.
Okay.
That's
I agree with
number
that.
1.
Yeah.
Take a warm bath 1 or 2 hours before bedtime.
Matthew does that.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Put lotion on.
Yeah.
Put on lotion and give yourself a slight massage as you do it. This will help you relax.
I agree.
I mean, it's more comforting if someone gives you the massage.
Thank you. Do something quiet before bed. Toddlers get stories or reading time with their parents before bed. Do something that's quiet and calming before bed. So
Like
again,
meditation.
set a consistent bedtime.
Got it.
Take a bath.
Got it.
Rub the lotion on the skin.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you lotion before bed?
Nah.
You don't lotion before
I
bed.
lotion my hands, though.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't put the lotion that's on those hands on anywhere else in your body?
I wash my face before bed.
Okay. But no lotion goes like
No,
you don't
no,
do
no,
nothing like that?
Nah.
No? Just the hands?
Yeah.
Not the face?
Like if I work out, like yesterday I worked out in the afternoon, then I took a shower after.
Yeah.
And then lotioned up my body after that.
Yeah. Everything? Like
Everywhere.
like scalp down to toes?
Everything.
Really? That seems exhausting to me. I would need a nap after that.
That's the whole
Lotioning your
idea of
body?
your list.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's the point, is to just tire yourself
nice.
out, right? I would be so sore after trying to rub lotion all over my body because I would try it at some part of my back that I can't reach, right? And
Well, I
then
don't
would
get my back.
strain myself.
I don't get my
and
back.
You don't. So
No,
what do you
'cause
do?
that's
Just the front,
So
right?
I start with chest.
Chest. You
right?
start with chest.
Yeah.
How much lotion are you putting on that chest?
I start with chest.
Yeah.
Right? A lot.
A lot.
A dollop?
And then I do
Question. Can I pause you for 1 second
Yeah.
just so I can get the visual?
Yeah.
Do you lotion in the hand, then on the chest, or do you squirt right on the chest and then rub it in with the hand?
In my hand first.
In your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Actually, you should be putting it right on your chest, according to dermatologists.
You should really, huh?
why?
Because that way
What
they have less
dermatologist?
oils and Jonathan Van Ness on Queer Eye.
Okay. And then famed dermatologist. Okay.
Yeah, so it goes chest.
Okay.
And then arms.
Chest and arms. Okay.
Yeah,
You don't
and
do
then-
belly.
Well, yeah, no,
that's
chest and
chest.
belly.
Chest and belly.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Torso.
Torso.
Okay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then I do arms.
Yeah.
And then I do legs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you do
Even-
upper leg?
Yeah, all my legs.
Yeah. Do you
Front and
do you
back.
do undercarriage?
Yes.
You do, huh?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay.
And then
Butt?
like my calves and
Yeah.
shins.
Bum
and then my
cheeks?
feet. And also butt cheeks.
You do, huh?
Yep.
What about like backs of the shoulders, like where you can reach
Yes,
like that?
I
You
do my shoulders as well.
You don't get sore rubbing all that lotion on you? I would be
No.
exhausted.
How come you don't have some sort of plastic long reaching arm that you can do for your, I guess, middle of your back?
like a sponge?
Like
that you
something
just
that's long where you
sew?
Like
put
a
the
loofah?
lotion. Yeah, like something where you can put the lotion on and then reach back with the
Yeah,
long stick.
it's called a loving wife, right? You know what I mean? Like it's the loving touch of somebody who loves you, Maury. I know that seems foreign to you.
Well, that's why I need a plastic thing.
That's why your skin dry as hell, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello.
Hi, it's Roz Mocha.
Hey,
What's going on?
I'm just driving to work. Should I pull over?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I just want to confirm you were the one that texted us today, right?
I have been texting you, yeah.
Okay. What is your name?
My name's Abby.
Abby texted and said this, Roz. I'm proposing in 15 days.
Oh.
I feel like a kid waiting for Christmas. Any tips on making the time fly?
On how to make time fly?
Well, I mean, you had like 2 years, right, Roz? How
Yeah.
did you wait that out?
And then it was almost harder to keep it a secret after because the proposal, when I proposed to Catherine, happened in June. And then we had to keep it quiet for 3 months.
Yeah, until the video came out at the end of September.
All of July, all of August, and all of September.
Good girl couldn't even wear a ring.
No, she couldn't even get a
Couldn't
ring.
even get a ring, yeah, just in case.
It is, I will say, you are either the type of person who deals with this kind of thing or you're not. Like, I was fine over the summer. It was torture for Catherine.
Yeah, of course it was.
Torture. She is not built for secrets.
No.
Right? And like, just, it was absolute, like, even with like Catherine and Roxy, the two of them, just like, secrets are not a thing that they enjoy. Where I enjoy keeping a secret. Like, I was really enjoying, as stressful as it was that it was going to get out, that somebody was going to ruin it. I enjoyed that time leading up to when the proposal was going to happen because
it was still yours, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
because it was sweet, and I really I loved the anticipation, right? But it would not have worked the other way.
Yeah,
like at all.
So, Abby, how long has this been in the works for?
3 months.
3 months. Okay, and are you proposing with a ring? You have a ring?
Not yet. That's part of the anticipation. It's any day now. It's getting custom made, and I'm waiting for the email that I can go get it.
Oh, okay. Well, have you been acting weird around your partner? Like, are you giving off signs? Are you giving off signs? Because a lot of times, because you got to watch yourself, because a lot of times when we talk to couples who just like got engaged, the person who was asked, we asked them, hey, has your partner been acting weird? And then they're like, yeah, actually, they were acting weird. Right? So you may not know. So I would just say, try your best to act like normal.
Yeah, I've been saying I'm just really excited for Halloween.
So a question for you. So is your partner a guy, or a man or a woman?
A woman.
A woman. Okay. So because if it was a guy, trust me, it changes things. Because I don't know, that's like surprising a guy with a proposal. Ugh, that's a whole thing. So the question is she like expecting a proposal? Like, is this something you guys have discussed?
Discussed, but I think it's a bit of a surprise because I've told her that, it just might not happen yet. We're just not sure. I think she wants it sooner than I've led her to believe it's happening.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because the thing
so I think you might be okay then.
See, the thing that I had going for me was that Catherine and I never talked about marriage. Like, it never came up. Like, and it wasn't going to ever come up, right? So it's not like we would have conversations about getting married and then I would have to try and avoid or lie.
Yeah.
Like, I never had to lie because it never came up. So where it's going to get difficult for you is if you and your partner at some point between now and the day you plan to propose, that topic comes up.
So avoid it or avoid her.
Like, that's where it's going to get tough for you, because then you're not keeping a secret at that point. Then you're lying.
I'm fine about the secret and the lying. I'm just so excited. I can't do my
you're
work.
good, Abby.
I got
you're
you.
fine.
I got
You're
you.
just really excited.
You're just too excited.
Okay, I think just keep
Yeah,
the excitement
can't
up.
wait.
Just don't show the excitement too much to tip her off on the engagement.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Right.
All right, girl. All the best. Thank you for reaching out. We
What
love
if
you
she
lots.
proposes to you in
Congrats.
between now and then?
Oh, geez. Don't throw that in the
that's
mix.
fun.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
my
sorry.
God.
Sorry.
Love you lots, Abby. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to play you this clip of Akon talking to a morning show out of the U.S. on the radio called The Morning Hustle, replying to a claim T-Pain had brought up, saying that Akon back in the day used to have like a stunt double perform at shows for him.
Really?
When he couldn't show up to a show.
Really?
Yeah. And that stunt double was his brother, and nobody knew.
Oh.
But in the interview, he says that there is one way you could tell that it, like, if you really, really knew, that there's only one way you could tell that it was his brother performing instead of him. Listen to this.
Let me clear some things up. Boo was my double.
He was?
He was my double. This was before internet. If you saw Boo in one place and you saw me, you couldn't tell the difference. Boo started off as my hype man when we was on the road.
Okay.
We was booked and I was like, man, all this money I'm leaving on this table. Like, you cannot leave all this money on the table.
Can Boo even sing?
No. Boo can't sing. He ain't do none of that.
So was the hat pulled down super low?
But back then, nobody knew that. That's how you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
Boo wears hats. I don't, because I always want to show my waves.
Right.
So Boo, when he wear the hat, you can't tell.
Here's the funny thing. Typically, Akon, when I picture you wearing a hat. So I'm picturing Boo this whole time.
Now, I'm not going to lie. You got another brother that look like y'all, too.
And now, that was the sequel.
Oh, so
Omar,
it was three of y'all?
Omar was my now Omar. He came up under me when I was in the street, but he just never left the street alone. He's my ears to the street even to this day. Now Omar, he would do it without getting permission from me nor Boo.
This is mad funny.
Omar be in another country, another city, getting money, and I'm like, what? They booked me already. I never did that.
Come on now.
I Googled Akon performing with hat, and
Yeah, nothing comes up. So Akon has two brothers, one that would stand in for him as his double to perform when he couldn't make it to a city because he's just so overbooked.
To make more money.
Book didn't want to miss out on the money. And then his other brother, his hustler brother, went and did shows without Akon knowing and made that money and kept it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear America's grandpa being weird?
Who's America's grandpa?
President Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because he's always like getting close with people.
Young girls is what it always was.
Yeah.
There was
super close.
Bro, when he was VP, there used to be, and I guess they bury this stuff when somebody becomes president, and then collectively everybody agrees that like when nobody's going to show that footage anymore. There was so much footage of Joe Biden like walking up to children and like kissing them and stuff, like touching them weird and
going in for close hugs.
Too close. And what do you do now?
So he was in Irvine, California for an event, and then there was this mom who was there with her kid, her teenage daughter, right?
How old teenage? 18 or like 13?
I don't know. She looked maybe 16, 17 years old. Okay. Right? And the mom was like, oh, can we get a picture? And then he leans in to her and says something. And I think you can hear it in this clip.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys in your 30s.
Okay. No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind.
Right? And the look on this...
No serious guys till you're 30?
Yeah, he goes, I told this to my daughter and my granddaughter. And like, the look on the girl's face at first was like, okay.
This is so creepy.
So weird, man.
Like, he's just like the weird.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys in your 30s.
Okay. No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind.
So what happens before that?
Like, is he trying to just be funny and relatable?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I think he's just trying to be like, like he's got that grandfather thing and words of wisdom to youngins and everything else. But you can't.
No serious guys until
can't
you're 30.
lean into like a teenage girl when you're like a old man and start telling them about dating and stuff like that.
Like, nobody
it's
want to hear that, Grandpa.
Like, it's just so weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants that.
Also, that's the memory you're going to have for the rest of your life is this man leaned in telling me no guys till
believe me,
like 30.
there's a lot of people that have weirdo memories of him leaning in and telling them stuff.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Speaking of The Rock, he was at the Leafs game last night as well. So a lot of reaction to Rock showing up at the Toronto Maple Leafs game. First of all, the reception that he got was incredible, but it's the chant that sort of left people a little puzzled. So here's The Rock at the Toronto Maple Leafs game last night.
So I called in a favor from a friend. Let's see if he can make it. Let's see. Is he here? Is he in the building? Dwayne Johnson is in the building. And he's a Leaf fan, baby. What's up, Toronto? Gonna do this right. Here we go. Let's go, Leafs. Let's go, Leafs. Let's go, Leafs. Let's go, Leafs.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, so he started a whole new thing with Let's Go Leafs. Everybody knows it's Go Leafs Go, right? Like that's how we do it up here. Austin Matthews talking about what his thoughts was realizing that The Rock was actually at the game.
It was, I was, just TV timeout, kind of minding my own business, and I look up and The Rock comes flying out of nowhere. It was pretty cool. Obviously, he got the building going pretty good, but it's pretty cool to see a guy like that come by and obviously get the crowd going. It was pretty sweet.
And nobody wants to say anything bad about Dwayne Johnson, but they did ask.
He'll kick your ass.
They did ask Oscar Matthews what he thought of Let's Go Leafs.
Let's go Leafs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody should have told him, but still awesome moment.
Maybe somebody should have told him.
Maybe The Rock started like a new chant.
Yeah.
And like at the next game, which is tomorrow, by the way, you'll hear "Let's Go Leafs."
No, you won't.
Instead of "Go Leafs Go."
No, you won't.
Not
no,
at all?
You won't.
You guys don't think so?
You think that's going to catch on, Maury?
Should we start it now?
No.
Let's go Leafs. Let's go Leafs.
No, it's not good. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Uncomfortable. And I don't know, and I don't know of any team, they don't do, because even in Ottawa, it's they always say go Sens go, it's go Leafs go.
Go Habs go.
Go Habs. No,
I think New York. I think New York goes, let's go Rangers.
Yes,
so.
right? Yeah. They I think, but
it's not go Rangers go.
No. They say let's go, let's go, and because the only thing that I think maybe where Dwayne Johnson's head was, if I can sort of defend Dwayne Johnson and his actual is being a fan of Toronto, is Dwayne Johnson is, I'm sure, far more ingrained in the world of CFL than he is maybe of NHL.
Yeah. And he's a football guy.
And anybody who knows CFL, it's let's go Argos, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm sure that
somebody, as he's walking through the tunnel, say, "Here's what you say."
I'm sure that they did, and then he was like, "Yeah, cool," and then he got out there and messed it all up. We've all done that a million times.
How many go Leafs?
Anyway, the place went bananas last night, and people loved that he was there. And Mocha's interview from the gold carpet last night at Black Adam coming up on the Roz and Mocha Show.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Last night, Toronto Maple Leafs at Scotiabank Arena, their home opener against Washington. 3-2 was the final score for the Leafs. Of course, The Rock was there.
Let's go Leafs.
Leafs' next game is tomorrow night against the Senators, 7 o'clock. Damnit Maurie was at Scotiabank Arena to talk to the excited fans after the game. And some of them sound like they had a little too much to drink.
Oh, yeah.
And those are always the fun ones to talk to.
All right, how excited are you for the season?
Buddy, you don't even know how excited I am for the season. You see, we just beat these guys. We put them to work. They don't even know what's coming. Right now, this is the team that we have. This is the team. Washington, that's a good team. We smoked them.
What are your predictions for the season? How do you think we're going to do?
Well, we're gonna make it out of the first round. That's all I care about, and that's all that matters.
Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling.
Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it, brother.
Go Leafs, go!
Go Leafs, go! Go Leafs, go!
What do you think this season holds for the Leafs?
Well, I'm optimistic. It's our last season. We can really with this core group of players. So, hoping for the best. Look good. Matthews got his first, so.
And we won the home opener, so should we already be planning the parade?
Ooh, we're Leafs fans, so we all know that it's a little bit, to be prudent, not yet, but
it's Christmas.
I think we've got a good shot at the playoffs, and hopefully we get out of the first round, then we plan the parade.
Honestly, they have such potential to go far this year. Just play our game, and honestly, hard work. We got the right guys to do this year, so we just got to be Leaf and bleed blue, and this is our year. Honestly, we say it every year, but we got it for real this time.
If you could talk to the Leafs right now, what advice would you give them?
Let's tighten up the defense. Let's get focused, and let's have a blast. Stay out of the bar, and let's stay in training.
Okay, how excited are you for the season?
Very excited, but with trepidation. We're going to win the first series, but unfortunately we won't go past the first series.
Wow.
Why do you say that?
Because we have the wrong team leading the team.
I'm absolutely pumped. I think this is the year we do it. Austin Matthews is going to lead us to greatness. I'm talking 70 goals. You know, he's breaking records this year, baby. Let me just say this. Toronto Maple Leafs are going to make not only the second round, all right, they're going to make the Stanley Cup Finals and win it all. Right?
Go Leafs, go.
Go Leafs, go, baby. Let's go.
You were here, Leafs home opener. We won. How do you feel for this season?
I just love this season. This is our season, right? This is the beginning of a new beginning, right? This is our season. So this is the season we make it past the first season of playoffs. Austin Matthews breaks 71 goals is what my prediction is, yeah.
That's the worst ever. Thanks, buddy.
Nice to meet you, man.
Were you guys singing Happy Birthday? Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, you guys were singing Happy Birthday, man.
No. It's the Hockey Night in Canada theme.
No, you were singing Happy Birthday.
You were singing
to
Happy
you.
Birthday. The Hockey Night in Canada theme is dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I just
right?
That's what we did.
No. You were going dun 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 dun.
Yeah, listen.
That's Happy Birthday, man.
Anyways, go Leafs, go. Happy birthday.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Yo, Coco, what's up? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, Mocha. Hi, Roz. How are you?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story, Coco.
Well, thank you.
Coco, where and when does your Hell of a Story take place?
My Hell of a Story takes place about 8.5, 9 years ago in Thailand.
Oh,
Wow.
man. We've had a couple Thailand stories on this. Okay. Nothing ever good. Nothing ever good. Okay, go ahead.
Well, my husband and I were on a month-long tour in Thailand, and we did a guided tour.
Beautiful.
So we had just finished our stint in Bangkok, and we were headed up to Chiang Mai, and we were taking the overnight train, like the sleeper train. So we all go, we unpack our stuff, we make our beds, and, we're still in our early 30s and hanging out with a bunch of 20-year-olds. So, where do you go? The party car, obviously.
What happens in the party car?
Yo, man, what happens in the party car stays in the party car.
Okay.
Right? Legit. They had a DJ, they had music, they had the bar, like everything was bumping. Like we were drinking Hong Song and Singa, like just. So we were partying and we didn't want the party to stop, right? So we took the bartender away and got him a little busy on the dance floor. We turned the clock back an hour to keep the bar open.
Oh my God. Okay.
So finally, the party shut down like around 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And so we wandered back through all of the cars and we said goodnight and tucked ourselves into bed. And it's a little bit noisy. So, I put on my eye mask and my earplugs and closed. They have like a little curtain. So I closed my little privacy curtain and passed out, right?
Yeah.
And then I wake up and I feel my body moving a little bit. I'm like, man, I know I drank a lot, but hold up, what's going on? And then all of a sudden I feel a big rock and then somebody walking on my back.
Wait a second. So you're sleeping in bed and you get woken up by somebody walking on your back?
Walking on my back, legit. And I was like, what is happening right now? I'm so disoriented. I have no clue what's going on. And then I realized that I'm upside down.
What?
And I'm face first on the window.
Okay.
And my mattress is on top of me.
Okay.
And it's the person on my back was the girl in the sleeper car on the other side of the train.
Okay.
Our train completely derailed and flipped over in the jungle.
Oh my goodness. Coco, you slept through the whole thing?
No, well, sort of. I thought I was just hella drunk,
Okay,
man.
Coco, when you wake up and the train has already flipped over, you slept through the whole thing.
Yes, because it was just like a slow burn, right? Like we were further at the back.
So you get out or what?
So hold on. So It's Thailand, and there are no emergency exits. There's no such
That's
thing.
what I'm saying, man. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pitch black. There's no lights, so we had some headlamps and stuff because we were, well-prepared backpackers. And they were, just telling us, leave everything, because there was gas spilling out of the train. And they're like, get out of the train. Right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh, my God. So our guide had a hunting knife. So our guide had to cut the elastic, not elastic, the part in between the train.
The rubber foldy part between cars.
Yeah, and we had to feed each other out the top of it, jump off of the train.
Yeah.
And then just when you think it gets better, no, we're on a live track.
Okay.
And so they're yelling at us in Thai to not stand on the train track on the other side because the train could come that way. God. So we were standing in the middle of the track. The train's flipped over. It's the middle of the night. We're in pajamas. People are starting to wander off into the jungle to go pee.
Oh, no.
Everybody's yelling in Thai, don't go into the jungle. There's tigers.
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
And so we're like, but what are we supposed to do? Are they just going to come and eat us? If we just stand here, we're just sitting ducks.
So what happened?
So we waited 4 hours. And then as the sun comes up, we can finally see everything. So the track was broken. The wheels of the train legitimately dislocated from the train.
Oh, my God.
200 meters ahead was a cliff.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Instant death.
Yep.
And when we finally were rescued 4 hours later, driving back on the train the other way, about 300 meters back before was a little drop off and a river, and we would have all just drowned in there.
So after all of that, finally got rescued, obviously.
Well, we got rescued, and we were taken to the nearest little town, and they were so wonderful. All the locals there were so cute. They set up chairs for us. They brought us water. They tried to bring us some breakfast. Everybody was just bruised and cut, and we had to rescue people with, ladders and the mattresses to get them off of the trains, people with broken shoulders and clavicles and noses. And
So you and your husband now, you look fondly on this trip or no?
Yes.
Oh. Wow, Coco, that is one hell of a story. Thank you so much for sharing.
Hell of a story, right?
Yeah, that's great. We're glad you're doing well. But yeah, when stuff goes wrong in Thailand, it really goes wrong in Thailand. That's what we know.
That's the most wrong it could go.
Yeah. It's
It's
a beautiful place with beautiful people, but when something goes wrong in Thailand, man, it goes the worst way.
Yeah.
Well, the only bonus, we ended up on the front of the Bangkok Post, so we got our 5 minutes of fame.
There you go.
Hey.
And you became Thailand famous.
Right?
Thanks, Coco.
I am Thailand famous.
You got
Thanks,
it.
guys. Love you guys so much.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello.
Happy Monday.
Maury clearly cheated on Wordle this morning.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Hold on a second here,
There's
Maury.
zero chance.
No, hold on.
You got
Pause
today's
for
Wordle.
1 second.
If you know my opening
Pause for
word.
1 second. Pause for 1 second. Hang tight.
Coming guns a-blazing.
Just hang tight for 1 second, Maury. I'm going to send mine to the group chat.
By the way, it's so
Hold
good to
on
see
1
everybody.
second.
Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, Maury.
About time somebody else got accused.
Okay. So I also got it in two today.
Did you?
Yeah, because I looked at when you submitted yours to the group chat, Maury, I know what your first word is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair.
Okay. So Maury's first word is always penis.
Yeah.
Right. And so I knew looking at it that was Maury's first word. And so here's the accusation. Dun dun. Here's the accusation.
Okay.
I believe strongly that the evidence shows, based on Maury's first word, because Maury has been very vocal, that he never veers from his first word. It's like somebody playing the same lottery numbers every single week, hoping that they come up.
Because the week you change, that's when it's going to be.
Correct. So Maury's first word again is penis.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of letters showed up.
Of course.
Okay? A lot of letters showed up. Now, I will say this. After having known what Maury's first word is, I also put in Maury's first word because I knew exactly what it was, and I got all the same letters that showed up. There is no way, Maury, that what today's word actually is a word that you would come up with on your second try.
Absolutely not. But I was sitting on the toilet entering in many things that just didn't work. Like, when you get something wrong that isn't a word, it shakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It
that's
says
not a word.
Not in the word list.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's try this. Let's try. Because I knew that there was one letter that I didn't get. So
Here
I had to
is
mess
my
it.
accusation.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're not even, Your
Here-
Honor, you're not letting me defend myself.
Here, you are not, it's not your turn. It's still my turn. I just want to get a little bit more info out of you first. Here's what I believe happened. I believe that Damnit Maurie put in his first word as he always does, penis.
Yeah.
Got all them letters.
Yeah.
And then I think Maurie realized that this was an opportunity to get it in two, and it would be believable. So I believe it was at this point that Damnit Maurie went looking for the answer to today's Wordle, found the answer, and then submitted it fraudulently.
Absolutely not.
There is no way. We all know Damnit Maurie. There's no way anybody who saw what today's Wordle word was would think that Maurie would get that word in two.
And shockingly, he did.
It was only 2 weeks ago when we were talking about Wordle last, when Maurie had said, when we were talking about cheating, because I think somewhere in the group chat, people were accusing Shem.
Always. They're always
cheating,
accusing Shem
right?
of cheating.
And then Maurie is the one that came up with, or that spit out the information that if you go to private, here's how you cheat it.
Because
at
Roz
Wordle.
and Mocha fans told me how to do it.
You go to private browsing, right?
Yes,
You figure it out there first.
Yes.
You go through and get the answer. And then you go back to regular browsing to your actual worksheet, right? With all your stats. And then you fill it out that way.
Do you see what happens when you often lie and the one time you don't?
Do you?
Well, this is the one time I don't.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I
think you use your,
still say.
your private browsing
this would happen
tactic.
when nobody applauded me in the group
Oh.
chat. There was no applause. Not even from Shem. Not
because
even a good
Maurie,
job.
you have to understand, Maurie, that when you make such a big deal out of ways to cheat at Wordle, when you get it in two, we're not going to applaud.
Well, applaud.
No. Also, that Wordle, what was that Wordle on Saturday? Is that the one that killed everybody? Hold on. There was a stat.
The one on Saturday, I think we all
Hold on,
it took
though.
us 6.
I should have had it in 3.
Hold on here. What was the word on Saturday? It was
oh God.
like,
Can you even check?
yeah.
Where?
Because I saw there was
Like-
a stat on the New York Times. Which one was it? It was the one that everybody got it in 6 and nobody could. What's that?
It was yesterday's.
Was it?
Yeah. And it was.
But how do you check?
Well, you just got to remember what it was.
I didn't.
Because whatever that word was, everybody wound up getting it in 6, and some people did. Most people didn't get it at all. So whatever that word was, it was Wordle 483.
Oh, 483.
Yeah. It was 483.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, I don't remember. That one I did at like 8 o'clock on Saturday night.
So the New York
And
Times.
same thing. I got it in 6.
So the New York Times sent out a tweet regarding Wordle 483. And normally they say 1 to 2% of Wordle players on a daily basis don't get the word, right? 1 to 2%. For Wordle 483, 30% of people failed.
Oh, wow.
30%.
Saturday's word was catch.
Catch. That's what it was.
C-A-T-C-H. Catch.
That's the word that killed everyone.
Yeah, that was a difficult one.
Maurie got it in 2. I'm kidding.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's official. 1 week to go now until the finale of House of the Dragon.
We're there already?
Yep. Episode 9 was last night.
Oh, it's probably going to be a big one, too.
That's
Get
what
ready.
she said. Damnit Maurie and Damnit Matthew once again sitting down to watch and recap episode 9. It's been quite entertaining this season.
I've quite enjoyed this show through the eyes of Damnit Maurie and his husband, Damnit Matthew. I haven't watched one frame of this show, and I've really...
Neither has the lighting director because he doesn't show up to work.
Well, if you didn't watch
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. There was they
There's one
promoted
scene-
this fight. It was a fight on the beach in Game of
Yeah,
Thrones. They promoted this thing forever. It was like a massive plot point, and it was like 20 minutes. You could. It was the dark. That's all it was just the dark. Every now and then you heard like a sword hitting somebody or something, and
couldn't tell.
Then it was over.
So after watching now 9 episodes, are you
Yes.
guys like into the show, Maury, or are you just like can't wait for next week's
Every
season
week
finale?
we always sort of dread when it's time.
Yeah.
But then 5 minutes in, we're like, okay, this is interesting. No idea what's going on.
Right.
but it's
You're
entertaining.
talking about watching the show, not something else, right? I just needed to make sure.
Same answer for both.
The Damnits recapping episode 9 of House of the Dragon.
We have to discuss.
Discuss what?
Da-na-na-na.
I don't have patience for that today.
The king is dead.
Surprise.
I thought you'd be more upset by this.
No, it was very obvious in the last episode at the end. He took his last breath and said, my love.
But here's the thing I learned is if you're going to change your mind or make wishes as you're moments away from death, somebody needs to get you to sign it because no one's believing what he said.
He should have did a will. Should have had it in the will.
But he changed his mind last minute, last second, that he wants his son to take over the throne and no one is believing him.
Well, no, of course it's going to be your son taking over the throne. No one believes. They're at a board of directors meeting with like
Board of
pool table
directors.
on the table. I don't know what the hell that is. Those marble balls.
Oh, if the ball is in front of you, you are to speak.
Oh, it's funny when they're in front of me, I can hardly speak.
And the prince they're looking for is the Akon prince.
Egghart.
Aegon.
Isn't it Egghart?
No, Egon.
I don't know.
It's the blonde child.
Oh my god, everyone's blonde. I have no idea. Too many characters. I cannot keep up.
I'm telling you, he's Eye Patch's brother. Okay, and then can we talk about the Children's Fight Club? Where they put the poor kids in a ring and bet on which child is going to beat the crap out of the other one.
This is horrendous. Can't they just throw stones in the lake or whatever?
Well, they finally found Egot hiding in someone's tomb.
No, I think he's just hiding under like a monument, a fountain of candles.
Anyway, he's pouting and sulking. He doesn't want to be found. He doesn't want to be king.
Dangerous. Oh, poor thing. Like I care.
So this knight really wanted to get information from the queen.
He doesn't want to take information from the queen. I think she is using him to get information.
And in order for him to give up the information, he wants to look at her beautiful feet.
He has a foot fetish. I hate feet. Just ugh.
Look at mine.
No, I don't like anybody's feet. I don't like feet in general. I don't even like when in the summertime when you see people with sandals. Like, ugh. No.
Touch my feet.
No.
And like every episode, it's boring, boring, boring. And then they all end with some big thing that happened.
Oh my God, there was a big explosion. I thought it was a bomb, but then I'm like, wait, they didn't have bombs back then. So what the hell was that? Then poof, a dragon.
But this was the dead king's sister. I think she wanted to prove that she should have been queen, or I guess queen. Yeah. And this was her way of saying, yeah, bye.
No, I don't think it was bye. I think it was hi, I'm here.
But then she flew away.
It's like she left her mark, left her impression, and then they all need to sit with it. You know?
She destroyed the conference room they were
I'm
in.
going to have to wait till next episode.
The final one.
Oh.
We have a new king. We have an angry ant. One more episode. And with that...
I don't know. It sounds to me like Damnit Matthew is really into this season, despite the negative comments or like him coming off like he doesn't care.
Where you really hear that, Matthew is like tries to come off as being so disinterested in this show until Maury makes a mistake and Matthew corrects him. And then you realize how actually into the show
loves
Matthew
it.
is.
His favorite show ever.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, have you guys heard about this movie called The Terrifier 2?
The Terrifier 2?
It's called Terrifier 2. I don't know what Terrifier...
Like it's a sequel?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know what Terrifier 1 was, but going through these headlines where it's several fans have reportedly fainted and vomited during theatrical showings.
Really? I'm
Okay.
into it. Okay.
Somebody tweeted, my friend passed out at the theater and they had to call an ambulance.
Stop.
Highly recommend this movie.
Stop it.
Somebody said, you can believe this, right?
Yeah.
Holy Terrifier 2 is fantastic. Definitely not for the weak stomachs. Someone actually fainted during my screening of this movie. Art the Clown is a horror icon. So go right now onto YouTube, everybody. I want you to all watch the trailer
it?
together.
Terror?
It's called Terrifier 2.
Terrifier 2 trailer. Okay.
Okay, and it's 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That's when you want right at the top. Did you find it, Shem?
Yep, got
okay,
it.
cool. Okay, so let me know when you pull it up more. Somebody else tweeted, just saw Terrifier 2. It was an ugly, amazing, gory mess.
Okay.
The guy behind me passed out cold and crashed in his chair. Another guy left because he didn't feel good. I overheard him say he was walking out the theater door. I heard a guy puking hard and loud in the bathroom.
Okay, I'm just loading it here. Hold on.
Okay,
Tell me
okay.
when you guys have
I've paused it on the logo.
where it says
Okay.
iconic events.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Ready. Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
So, did you figure out what you're dressing up as tomorrow?
He wants to dress up as a real guy who murdered 9 people last year.
Oh, you're not doing that.
It's just a costume. You think that guy's still out there? What's up with you and this clown all of a sudden? You're like obsessed. They never found his body. What if he decides to come back here?
Right.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Art the clown?
Aren't you that guy from the costume shop?
Sir, what are you doing?
Oh
It wasn't me. He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
Oh my God, this guy looks
It's
terrifying.
him, really. Right down to the little black dot on the tip of his nose.
Oh!
I believe him.
Yo!
Something really bad's gonna happen tonight. No, I know Jonathan's lying, okay? I could hear it in his voice. Something's wrong.
Look, we're gonna have fun. Stress-free environment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a
This
very
clown, he's walking
special
around with like
guest
a
with us
black
today,
garbage
all
bag.
the way from Miles County. Please welcome.
And he's covered in blood.
the clown.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, there's so much blood. Oh my God, there's so much blood, guys. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this. Oh!
That's so funny.
Holy crap.
Okay, so that was the trailer for Terrifier 2. I don't know what happened to Terrifier 1, but everybody's freaking out over Terrifier 2. Again, the story is that people are like passing out and throwing up inside movie theaters. Ambulances are having to be called to deal with people who can't handle the film.
My favorite part is when he was tiptoeing behind somebody, like dramatic tiptoe.
And just so in case you're wondering, it is a scary clown movie, right?
Yeah,
like it's a homicidal, scary clown.
Well, it's funny.
And the look of this clown, to me, like, I don't know what it is about this guy. Like, because the It clown, I could do whatever.
This guy is scarier
Thank
than
you.
It, than Pennywise.
Almost like the one from American Horror Story.
Yeah, almost like that one.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like a circus clown.
Yes, thank you.
Like under the big top.
I am absolutely into it.
I love these movies.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Somebody had a wedding in England, and I don't know who the genius was that decided to serve weed-infused cupcakes.
Come on.
During the reception, but it landed a 63-year-old grandmother in the hospital.
You got to put a sign in front of that place.
After she indulged.
Jesus,
right?
man.
Like when you're having a wedding and you know like family and friends are going to be there.
You can't get grand high.
No.
As
Not
funny as that
everyone.
might be.
Not everybody is going to be cool with
wow.
weed-infused cupcakes, right?
No.
And the cupcakes looked, I can understand
Yes.
why Granny went to the tray of cupcakes because they look delicious.
I would rather go to a wedding and accidentally eat a cupcake that was infused with laxative than I would going to a wedding eating a cupcake
you
that was
crazy?
infused with weed. No, I would rather
One has more dramatic effects.
I would rather spend my night, dealing with diarrhea than I would spend my night being
Well,
high.
you hate going to weddings, so it would just like get
True.
you out of there a lot
I also
faster,
don't like
right?
being high. I would much rather deal with diarrhea than being high.
You also love the toilet.
Facts.
You shut up. Okay, it has nothing to do with anything like that.
Here is the 63-year-old grandmother talking about the
I
experience.
was really looking forward to this wedding, but I missed it because I was completely out. I was invited to a wedding. It was really lovely service. Unfortunately, that's all I actually saw of the wedding. There was various people coming around putting cupcakes on the table. Unbeknown to me, it did contain drugs. The next thing I remember was waking up at 3 o'clock the next morning in Torbay Hospital.
Did anybody else eat this cake at the wedding?
My father-in-law did, and it was really, really bad. I felt awful, dirty, violated, and that basically how could anybody do that and put drugs into cakes when you're at a wedding and where there's little children running around as well?
Right?
Okay, hold on a second here. What did they put in the cupcakes? They said weed?
Yeah.
But she blacked out and woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Like 12 hours later.
Bro,
How
that
much should they put in
sounds-
there?
That sounds like a
Also, she
whole
said dirty and
lot.
violated could also have been laxative.
You're right. It could have. That's I'm on her side now. You know, I mean, I was always on her side.
Well,
but,
yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't think you.
It
that's-
sounds like a prank. Like if you didn't put a sign.
It sounds like somebody, like you're right. It sounds like sabotage to me. Like who would do that? What person in their right mind? I guess maybe if all your friends are
brother-in-law.
stoners.
The brother-in-law.
The brother-in-law. Obviously, Maury has brother-in-law issues.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is.
Got a problem you can't fix.
Roz and Mocha got you.
How are you, Shanice?
I'm good. How are you?
We are good. Why don't you tell everyone why you're on FML today?
Well, I need to know if I keep working 2 jobs or just one.
Oof. You were at this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. I started an entire business with my friend and business partner, Victoria, without telling my current employer. It's almost 3 months later, and I've been juggling both jobs, but I don't know what to do. Should I stay working at the dealership, or do I pull a shoot and just play with the dogs at our cat cafe or at our dogs at our cafe every day? What kind of business did you open?
We opened a dog-friendly coffee shop.
And how's that going for you?
It's been really good, and it is a lot of fun.
Okay. Are you making any money?
We are breaking even at this point, which is all I can really ask for.
Well, no.
You got to start making some cash. You can't just break even.
Yeah, but most businesses, I've been told, and the research says, they don't make any money for like 2 years. So the fact that we don't have to reinvest in it, I'm pretty happy.
So what's your business plan then for the pet-friendly, the dog-friendly cafe?
Business plan, you mean?
Like, where do you see, how do you sort of level this up? How do you go from breaking even to turning a profit?
Well, I thought that if I were to work there full time, we could possibly extend our hours and then build a bigger customer base and have more customers come in than the hours that we have now. Because really, when I'm not there, it's just my partner, and it's tough for one person.
And your partner's there like 7 days a week or 5 days a week?
5 to 6 days a week, yeah.
Okay. And it's just the two of you, or do you have employees as well?
No employees. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like a sort of like a 2-person shop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How big is it?
1,000 square feet.
And that's big. And
But if you leave your job at the dealership, right, are you guys making enough for each of you to be able to live? Like pay rent, pay mortgage, feed your family?
Well, not at the current money that the shop is bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
So we would definitely have to increase that.
Okay, but you're banking on the fact that just being open longer in a day is going to fix those problems, right?
Yes.
What if it doesn't?
Then do I go crawling back and say, hey, guys, rehire me?
So,
you could, but what if they don't?
But I'm really good at what I do.
So where? Are you talking about the cafe or at the dealership?
At both.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like you
Specifically at
have...
the dealership.
Okay, but it doesn't sound like you have much of a plan set. Like, how are you going to be able to? You have an idea of what you want to do and what you hope could be achieved, but you don't have like a definitive plan. The two of y'all, you and your partner.
No, we don't.
Okay. Yeah, you need a good business plan. You need to know how you are going to level up this business that you and your partner have started, right? Like, that's just the reality of it. The second thing is, what kind of money are you walking away from if you leave the dealership?
$100,000 a year.
Okay, so you're going to walk away from $100,000 a year, right? To go and spend how many additional hours in your coffee shop are you planning on doing?
It'd be about 4 to 5.
So for an additional 4 to 5 hours, you're going to walk away from $100,000. How much would it cost you to hire a part-timer to work 4 to 5 hours a day in the coffee shop?
I guess right now minimum wage is about $15 an hour, times for 5 hours.
Right.
Okay, can you guys afford to hire a part-timer?
If we did right now, we'd be running a deficit, but maybe with the extended hours, we could.
So, yeah, but here's the thing, okay, is that you're hoping that the extended hours are going to start turning a profit.
Yeah.
So why not just hire somebody to work those hours, and then you don't have to leave a job that pays you $100,000 a year?
That makes sense.
Business plan, girl. Come on
You
now.
need a business plan. I get it. You have a dream and you saw 1,000 square feet and you sign a lease and you're like, pet friendly cafe. This is awesome. But first of all, you need to know how many of those businesses go through the difficulty in the first year of even just maintaining. Okay. Like, the food industry is brutal. Like, the turnover is incredible. And without that sort of rock solid business plan, you guys, it may be an unfortunate ending for you guys. And I think that if this is a passion project, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as, one, you don't go broke doing it and you don't let somebody else drag you into the ground. But I certainly do not think that you are in a position right now to walk away from a $100,000 a year job to work 4 extra hours at your pet-friendly cafe that isn't currently turning a profit.
But the dogs are so cute.
Yeah, hire somebody to play with them.
Girl, you need to take this serious. It doesn't sound like you're being that serious about it.
No, you guys are right. And I'm definitely serious about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, business plan.
Yes. Thank you for working on my business plan with me.
Yes.
No. We just help get you started,
No.
okay? You and your business partner be serious about this and come up with a business plan.
Yes, we will crunch some numbers.
Okay, or else next year at this time, we're going to be talking to you again. You're going to tell us how you screwed everything up because you didn't have a business plan and your dog-friendly cafe went under.
No, we won't be saying that. That won't be happening.
And when we say business plan, okay, you need details on how you are going to grow this.
Mm-hmm. Not just hopes and dreams.
Yeah, not just, well, what if we tried this? Like, you need a plan. That's why it's called a business plan. You need a plan on how you are going to level this up and scale it.
Okay.
Go get it done, Shanice.
You got it.
Okay?
Take care.
All right, love.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Okay, no spoilers. But did everyone in this room finish watching The Watcher?
Yes.
On Netflix.
Binged it like all 7 episodes in one sitting.
I have not finished yet.
You have not finished yet.
And I the hashtag or The Watcher was trending on Twitter.
Right.
Even up to now.
You know it's true, right?
No, it's barely true.
It's based on a true story.
It's barely based on a true story.
So I didn't do any of my research. I'll do that after Jenna and I finish. Naomi Watts and
it's
Bobby
funny that you wanted to
Cannavale,
bring it up now when
Jennifer
you
Coolidge is in it
haven't
too, and Mia Farrow.
You haven't said anything. You can't really say anything.
I know. I'm just saying, but we got to talk about it.
I know. Okay, so
I have to.
So spoiler alert, right?
Should I leave?
No, don't leave, because I'm not going to spoil the show, right? Like, because I will say something about the real life story.
Okay,
if I could,
because I think I know who the Watcher is.
Okay. But in the real life story, that family never actually lived in that house.
Spoiler alert. Wait, but the house is real?
The house is real. They got the letters, but they did the reno before moving in. So they never lived there. Yeah, the family. Like, they never lived in that house.
Well, that would make for a horrible show if they weren't living.
I know. So what I'm saying is that, but this is the thing, Maury, is that you're like,
Ryan Murphy did a good job taking a true story and making it good for TV.
Right, like they did get letters.
What we're seeing in the show, like these things that are happening,
right?
Are they like an amalgamated, like these things happened to other families that lived in that house?
No.
And
No.
in the show, it's all happening to the one family?
No. Here, I'll give you an example. Okay.
Without spoiling
I'll
it.
give you an example without spoiling. How far into it are you?
Episode 3.
Oh.
You
So
should
very
leave.
early.
You should leave.
No, it's
Just
his fault.
Turn
You didn't
your
watch
headphones.
it this
Turn your headphones
weekend.
down for 1 second.
I'm just going to walk right there.
Just walk right there. Walk right there. And let me just, okay, so by the way, we're talking about The Watcher, everybody, okay? And I'm going to say something right now that may spoil an episode, although I'll try and be somewhat vague. Mocha just took his headphones off. He's standing in the hallway now. Okay, cool.
How's he gonna come back
Okay,
in?
so I have no idea. I don't know how to run the show. Like,
Shem,
I'm just
can you
gonna-
push a button?
Oh, I can see him through the window. Hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so you know the guy that they said lived in the house before he did, the one with the murder family,
John Graff.
right? Okay.
Yes.
So that story of that guy is real, but it has nothing to do with that house.
He murdered them in a different house?
This was a murder that happened like many years before this took place in that same part of New Jersey, but had nothing to do with that house.
So they took one story and then merged it with this story
Yes.
to make an even better story.
Right.
Okay, but both are true in their own aspects.
They are, but you're not living in a murder house.
Yeah. You can't take one true story combined with another true story and say, hey,
Right.
this is a true story.
Well, then
Yes.
no, but when the show starts, it never on the screen says
I-
based on true. It says nothing about it.
Yes, it
People just
does.
did their own research.
Of course it says based on true events.
Where? I didn't
Every
see that.
episode starts that way.
Oh, I hit skip intro.
Oh, yeah. Every episode starts that way. Anyway, they did get letters, right?
Yeah.
But they weren't living there when the letters happened. And then the guy actually, and then the dad did in the New York Magazine article, he did admit to sending letters himself. So he did do that because they did have weird ass
Was there-
neighbors.
Was there a tunnel?
There was no tunnel.
Really?
No.
How can you fake something that big?
Exactly. Hey, Mocha, here's what you missed. Here's what you missed. We just had a whole conversation that ended with Maury saying, how can you fake something that big? Anyway, I love Bobby Cannavale. He's great.
so
He's
good.
so
Jennifer
good.
Coolidge
He's so
is
good.
amazing in this.
Yeah. Her character never existed in real life either, though.
Really?
No.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, and Mia Farrow is so good in this.
Mia
too.
Farrow is
Wait,
really
she's
good
in it? Spoiler alert, guys!
You know Mia Farrow.
She's on if you're on episode 3, you see her.
She's the neighbor with the weirdo son.
That's Mia Farrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the glasses and the hair?
Yes, that's Mia Farrow. Yes.
She lives next to Big Mo.
Right. Yes. Also, the original house, there was never any mention of in the original house that there was ever a dumbwaiter.
There wasn't?
No.
Dummy weight with the elevator thing.
Well, why am I going to watch the show now? You're like debunking all
It's
this
a good
stuff.
show because it's an enjoyable show.
Did you finish the show?
It's not a
Shem?
good show. It's an
Yeah.
enjoyable
Better.
show,
Way
right?
Matthew
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah, so Shem finished.
Loved it.
Corey and Matthew
We
finished.
watched it literally all
You guys
Friday.
finished
Yeah.
all of it?
We watched it with Rox.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, she loved it. That's parenting right there.
Wait, can I ask one more question, Mocha?
Yeah.
Can you leave again?
No, I'm not leaving.
No. Just
Okay.
what is it?
Is what happens
Whisper.
ac-
Whisper.
Ah,
What happens across the street real?
Bro, I kind of heard what you just said. Wait, are you talking about
no,
episode
no,
2?
No. He doesn't. Don't worry about it. No,
Okay,
he
shush.
didn't spoil anything. No, I don't think so.
Even that?
I don't think so. No, not in the way that they portray it. No.
Well, that's so disappointing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's a great show.
I can't wait to finish watching The Watcher on Netflix.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, eBay pulled down a bunch of costumes for Jeffrey Dahmer stuff.
Yeah, well, TikTok is all over that already, though.
All over what? People dressing up like Jeffrey Dahmer?
And lip syncing to scenes from the show.
Oh,
Where they
God.
put,
Are you
like,
serious?
Somebody's foot between two pieces of bread or somebody's head between two pieces of bread.
Right.
And lip sync the scene where Jeffrey offers the neighbor the sandwich and she's like, I'm not going to eat that. And he's like, are you a vegetarian? And she's like, I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm not going to eat something from my neighbor whose house smells like rat or something like that.
Oh,
so
wow. Jeez, man. People
Seriously?
are wild.
Yeah.
Hold on, but these are the same
They're
people
wild.
that were throwing outrage at Katy Perry for her song Dark Horse when
I don't know if it's the same people. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's the same people.
Yep, and these videos,
Jeffrey
it's not
Dahmer
like
line
people are
from
ignoring
Dark
them.
Horse?
They're like hundreds of thousands
Yeah,
of likes.
people
and
are
stuff.
people are
love
loving them. Are you
Yeah.
going to do one more? Are you going to get on this?
No, Matthew said no.
Yeah. So you
Oh, so
wanted
you
to.
thought it- so
he
you
put
thought
on his
about it.
PR hat and was like, "That is a bad idea."
Yeah, it is.
So you were going to do it?
I cannot confirm or deny that.
Well, obviously.
Terrible,
totally gonna
Maury.
do it.
Terrible.
What part were you going to put in between two pieces of bread?
I was going to put my foot.
Your foot.
What were you going to say?
No, you lip sync along. It would be the same thing.
Yeah. Could you imagine? And you wanted Matthew to be a part of this?
No. It's a solo thing, but I wanted him to at least like.
What do you mean it's a solo thing? Isn't it a conversation between two people?
So it is, but you're supposed to like dress up as like you wear like a hat or something like that, and then you cut to yourself again with the glasses.
Oh, it's one of those TikTok videos where you play two different characters.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah. TikTok.
Mocha looks so unimpressed right now. He looks so mad at me.
Listen, my God. You know, I think about this all the time, right? I every time I hear stuff like this, I'm like, you know, am I outraged or am I old? You know, because like.
Old and outraged.
Shut up. No. I'm not old and outraged.
You're both.
I'm not both. No, because I just start thinking back to like, you know, like when you were a kid and you thought something was cool, but your old man thought that it was, you know, lame or offensive or over the line or whatever it was. And you like, I remember, like, this is a terrible example. Okay. Like a terrible example.
Well, please,
it's an awful equivalent, but I went to like a head shop where you used to buy like, you know, rock and roll T-shirts and flags to put on your wall and you get pot paraphernalia and all this other stuff, studded bracelets. That's what I used to get at head shops, a lot of studded bracelets.
Okay.
And I found a T-shirt at a head shop, which was the same one that Booger wore in Revenge of the Nerds.
What was the shirt he wore?
So, and I wore it to school, and I got in trouble for wearing it to school. And then I came home and I tried to explain to my dad why I got in trouble. And he thought the T-shirt was fine. My mom understood that why I got in trouble. But the T-shirt, it was a white T-shirt. And then in red letters on the front of it, it just read, "Who farted?" And the T-shirt itself had big, giant burn holes in it.
Why is that offensive?
So you could see my body through it, right? And it was thank you. Okay, I'm telling you though, right?
Terrible
But
example,
old people at the time thought that was like over the line.
Oh, man.
Right? And I
Those
was like,
old people can see 2022 now.
thank you, right? I'm like, we're eating each other on social media apps now, right?
Yeah.
Like if you could only see. But to me, I was like, you're just old, right? It's not offensive, you're just old. And so whenever I hear these things on TikTok with all this stuff, I'm just like, is it offensive or am I just old?
Both,
like,
as Mocha said.
shut. I'm not. It's like you guys are just such like. I was going to say the a-hole word right now. Like, I'm like.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A first generation iPhone from back in 2007 sold at an auction for nearly how much? How much you guys think? I will say the phone was never activated. The phone is still in its original box with like original shrink wrap around it. It wasn't like shrink wrap open and then re-shrink wrap. This is like
I'm going to actually say
original.
not that much because there's probably more of these that exist in the world than you think.
Sealed?
Completely sealed.
I'm going to say $20,000.
Damn Maury.
Oh, I was going to say just 5 because I sold a sealed BlackBerry for $200, so I was going to say 5,000.
Oh, 5,000. Oh, okay.
$40,000.
Isn't that how much they were originally?
No, I think they were like $5 originally.
That seems way too much for that.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you. I
Again,
agree
virtually
with you.
flawless along the surface and edges. Factory seal is clean with correct seam details and tightness. Labels on the reverse are correctly pristine beneath the seal. All original, no aftermarket stickers or UPC labels on this particular one. It's brand new, never been activated.
Yeah, but what do you do with that, though?
I mean, in theory, you could use it.
No, you
No,
couldn't.
you can't.
You can't. That
You
phone's
can't use a
not
first-gen
No
iPhone?
app will work on that phone.
No, I mean, if you want to use it as a phone.
No, you can't.
I don't even think you could.
You can't put a SIM card in that? and just
Maybe.
power it on?
I
and
don't
just
think
use it as a
so.
phone, maybe. Like maybe you
What was
could
the fun
still,
in that?
but I don't
mean,
even.
my iPhone 6 still works.
No, but you can't because you would have to, as soon as you would plug it in, it's going to ask you to connect. You can't just use it as a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to put in your SIM card and then activate it. And as soon as you activate it, it's going to want to run an update.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean,
And-
my iPhone 6, I can't use apps because they're all outdated, but I still use it as a phone.
And the first gen
yeah.
iPhones had either 4 or 8 gigabyte of storage.
Yeah.
So that's like nothing.
I know.
It's like
Huge.
I don't think that phone
Huge,
would work.
huh?
man.
Huge.
I don't think that would work.
That was like my first iPod had like 8 gig, I think it was.
How many
6.
songs?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. But I think that they advertised it at the time of that you could put 5,000 songs on it.
Mono, not stereo, right?
Yeah, these were like LimeWire rips,
Yeah.
right? So like each song was like, I don't know, a meg.
Napster.
Like it was like they were awful quality. And then every now and then you would download a song. And back in the day, people would just like, you would download a song and I'd be like, oh, finally found it. And it would take forever to download, right? Forever to download. But somebody would have taken that song and right in the middle of it, just like spliced in sounds of like PORNO.
Oh, God.
But you won't know until 3
Right?
hours later.
Yeah, and you don't know.
That's a shocker.
And you don't know.
Catch you off
right?
guard.
Yes. And you're listening with headphones, right?
That's not what it downloaded.
That's
Stupid LimeWire got me again.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Pamela Anderson has a new show on HGTV Canada that's going to debut on November 3rd at 10 p.m. called Pamela's Garden of Eden. Here's the trailer for it.
It's an interesting journey. After the life I've had in Hollywood and all over the world, to come back in one piece is pretty much a miracle. I could bring some of the glamour that I've experienced in my life here. Welcome to Arcady. I want something fantastic, something sexy, something sustainable. I am a designer myself and a creator and an artist, so I have a lot of ideas.
Can't believe it. No gloves?
No gloves. I do crazy things my whole life. I'm not going to stop now.
Pamela's Garden of Eden. New series Thursday, November 3rd on HGTV.
So she is renovating and restoring her grandmother's place.
Right.
On Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
So this series takes you through that entire project.
It's hard to tell what somebody's, when you see somebody who's that famous, what their actual taste is because like they can just hire so many people to just do everything.
Yeah.
But her place, she had this place in Malibu that was for sale a couple of times, and it kept popping up in all these articles saying, man, it was one of the coolest places I've ever seen. Yeah. Like, it was so cool. It was so beautiful. And if she had anything to do with that, like, she's got a
They talk
crazy
about that
taste.
in this show.
They do, right?
Really?
Designed that, and that's where she got her design bug. And this,
Oh.
I'll tell you, this show is beautifully shot.
Is
and this
it?
place is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Really? How big? How big?
There's many different cabins and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a compound.
That's
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Damon Maurie catching up with the great Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson, first I have to say the show is absolutely fantastic. As an HGTV mega fan myself, I absolutely love the show. But I gotta ask, are you a pack rat? In the first episode, we learned that you have so many boxes of crap.
I thought I gave everything away. I was like, I don't have anything. And then I start opening these boxes and I realized, yeah, I have way too much stuff. I should never shop again. I don't shop. But then I didn't think I kept things either. So I'm a little bit confused myself. But all those, I just kept on sending stuff home, I guess. This is what I call home. So all around the world, whenever I finished a show or if I had, I just sent things here if it was important to me. I have everything from my kids, the kids' report cards, pieces of art. I'm one of those. I didn't realize I was until I actually saw it myself. So yeah, but I love it here. I mean, I just turned right back into the little girl that was born and raised here. I mean, this is the first place my little feet touched the ground. My parents lived on this property. My father was raised on this property. I bought it from my grandmother around 30 years ago. She lived out her life here. And then when she passed, I just let this place go. I didn't have the resources to keep it up. I almost lost it a few times, but I held on to it by the skin of my teeth and just said, one day I'm going to end up there. So keep it. And so I kept it. And just in the last few years, I started coming home more and I realized, I think I'm there. I think I'm home.
Wow.
So is
what
she,
a beautiful story.
I
My
know.
God.
To keep the home like that in the family for that long.
Yeah.
So do you think she's gonna like permanently?
I think she's been there for a long time now.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I don't think she's lived in LA for quite a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is Damnit Maurie talking to Pamela Anderson. Her new show called Pamela's Garden of Eden will premiere on HGTV on November 3rd.
People who watch the show are going to see the exact same thing I saw, which is you incredibly calm and so happy. Would you say this was the most special thing that you've ever worked on? You also said in the show that you didn't have a lot in common with the people in Hollywood. Is this the life you finally earned, what you worked so hard for?
It just gives me goosebumps to think of that, because this feels like success to me. It feels like, first of all, I made it in one piece. I made it home in one piece. But I've always kept one foot on the island, one foot here, knowing that I had this place was really grounding for me. And as crazy as my life got at times and as wild, I always knew I had home to come home to. And so this has been my sanctuary, that I've been able to come and refuel, reset. And I always knew that at some point I'd have to have my parents closer to me. So I just recently moved my parents onto the property. They agreed. And so I'm closer to them. My father grew up here on this property, so it's really funny for him to see the dock and the buildings being redone. And he said the only thing the same about the roadhouse is that the squeaks are in the same spot in the floor. Everything else is different. But it's just fun to see him. He just kind of takes it in. I can watch him looking at this place, saying that my grandparents would be really proud of what we're doing here.
What an incredible story.
You know that she said to me that she won't watch this show?
No, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be so proud of the show. Everyone's going to love watching this. I can't wait for everyone to see the show.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not going to watch it because I would go nuts if I watched it. I would pick it apart. So I just did it. And like yesterday, I was mowing the lawn and on my tractor. And
wait, you're not going to watch your own show?
I don't do that. No, because I'll pick it apart. I live in my own little bubble. Anyway.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, because then you start second guessing your decisions,
she has. I'm sure that, and I don't mean this in any sort of bad way, but I'm sure that Pamela Anderson at some point got really sick of Pamela Anderson, and I don't mean down on herself, but when you were as exposed as what she was and used by so many different people and outlets, that you don't get a good feeling of seeing yourself. It doesn't make you feel good when you see yourself on television, even if you are renovating your grandmother's place. Like, you're just so critical of everything, and you've just been judged for so long that it's probably not a nice experience to watch yourself.
Well, Pamela's Garden of Eden will premiere on Thursday, November 3rd at 10 p.m. on HGTV.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see that video of Drake winning all that money?
Oh, God. Is it from
So I guess
the online stake?
Yeah, so he lost. Let me read this to you here. I got to get my glasses because it's so small.
That's what she said.
Shut up. What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you?
Okay.
A couple of dork holes.
Okay, all right, Maury, chill.
He's going to pass away. I may just hang out when I bet on that. So I guess what happened is that Drake lost $800,000 on the Barcelona game.
Mm-hmm. That's the one where they had the OVO jerseys, right?
Yeah. So he lost $800,000 on that game, and then there's a video of him and his dudes playing like online roulette.
Yeah.
And in one spin, Drake won $12,240,000.
Stop it!
In one spin.
No.
Yeah.
Because I saw the other day he posted the receipts that he had won $3 million, or he bet $3 million on something.
I think that's.
Unless that it was that.
It might have been. 12 mil he won in one spin. I don't even know what this is that he like. There's video of him, but he's somewhere, and then like you play online, but it's like a real. It's like a real.
virtual
it's
thing.
like no, but it's not. But like the wheel's real. Like it's a real ball. So like they're filming. Like
they're
a
somewhere
roulette
else,
wheel
and
somewhere,
and you zoom in,
and you just like virtually bet. That's
Yeah.
crazy,
Could you imagine though having that that's just play money for somebody like Drake,
bro. Come on,
right?
now. 12 mil on one spin of roulette.
Like I'm pretty conservative when I go to Vegas. Like I save funds for my Vegas trips.
Yeah.
And I am, when I'm betting on blackjack,
Yeah.
I'm not like high risk like that. Like I think the
No.
most, if I'm feeling nice
Yeah. hold
and,
on.
you know, and like the vodka's hitting a certain way,
Yeah.
I may at the most, like maybe at one point of the night, because if I'm feeling myself, I'll like bet like $100 on a hand.
Right. Hold on.
Other than that, I'm sticking to baseline, whatever the minimum bet is.
But I never go below $40 because I always need to make sure I have money for the buffet. You don't wanna
See,
mess with
if
the
you go
buffet
over
money.
$40, you get free buffet, Maury.
See? But if you go below that, you have no dinner.
I'm trying to figure out how much money you would have to spend to put down on one number in roulette to even win $1 million. You know what I mean? Like how does that math work?
But but it also depends on what everyone else puts down.
Not on roulette.
Not on roulette.
Because don't you win everyone else's bet too?
No. That's how everybody loses.
Yeah.
Because he put it down. I think it was like 12 black or something like that. I'm not sure what it was, but it came up like right on that number, and then you just see it flash on the screen like it's because it's online, right? So immediately on the screen they just like show his winnings.
That's nice.
And it was $12,240,000 is what
that's
Drake
US
won.
too,
And
right?
they e-transfer that to you?
I guess.
What, Venmo?
No, I guess he has an account with whatever site this is, right?
And then you can just transfer funds however.
They just transfer funds.
He probably
right?
regambles the same amount, though. He probably doesn't withdraw.
Like, that's an incredible amount of money.
It's a house.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than a house.
But, did you just say that's a house, Maury?
Is it like two houses?
$12 million? That's the floor in your condo.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Ellen. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Why are you on Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life?
I'm going to be a mom any day now.
Oh, okay. You wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. What advice do you have for first-time parents? My daughter will be born any day now, and I would love to hear what your best piece of advice is. I work in childcare, so I have lots of experience with children, but those kids go home at the end of the day. And now this will be home for this one. Full-time, no breaks. What do I do?
First of all, congratulations,
Yeah.
Ellen. It's a
you.
wonderful thing. Okay, before we get into anything else, what do you think motherhood is going to look like, or parenthood for you and your partner is going to look like once the baby comes home?
I think it's going to be great. I just worry about how tired we're going to be because, as I said, there's no break.
Okay. You've obviously talked to other people about this, friends and family. What are some of the things that they have said to you about what being a new parent is going to be like?
Everybody just keeps saying, oh, get your rest now. You'll never rest. Make sure you enjoy your sleep now. And I'm like, that's not helpful.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
I know.
But like that. Okay, I will. Geez, this is so tough because you don't want to freak anybody out, and I'm trying to think. You will get the sense, okay, that there's going to be moments that you're alone, and you're going to seriously think that everybody that you've ever talked to who has gone through this, which is most people, that they deliberately lie to you, right? You're going to be like, God, nobody told me about this, or how nobody articulated the way that I was going to be feeling. And the reason that happens is because that's sort of all the trauma that you go through of those first, that first while when the kid is just like inconsolable and screaming and everything else. Like, you forget about all that stuff. So like me right now, my kid's 12, right? The only thing I remember from when she was like doing the screaming nights is that I was always fine with crying. Crying never bothered me, right? I could do anything with a crying kid on my arm, right? And it never bothered me at all. The crying never bothered me. But there's other things that did. Like when she got a little bit older, I had a hard time with dealing with a human being who does not reason, right? That's my roadblocks came. Like my frustration came when she got a little bit older.
Sure.
Right? Where I'm like, you trying to explain, your mother will be home. Right? That's where it all went to hell for me, where other people, it's like that newborn thing. But I think that you should just, brace for it. But I think that as terrible as some nights are going to be, and you're not going to get any sleep, and it's going to be loud, and you're going to feel stressed, and I think lonely. I just, I think that you really should, look at some of these moments and just realize how lucky you are. And just fill those moments with love, because even when the kid is screaming in your face and inconsolable and your boobs isn't working and all this other stuff that's going to happen to new moms, right?
Yeah.
It's really like it's really beautiful. All of it is just so beautiful.
Enjoy the moments, because much like you, Ellen, like when Jen and I were going through the experience when we brought Cruz home, it was the same thing. Like all these people had all these wonderful things to say about babies and like being a parent, but then they didn't tell you all the crap that comes with it, right? Yeah. Not crap, but like all the sleepless nights. And, when they say, when you hear the old adage of, oh, it's fine, you sleep when the baby sleeps. And it's like, wow, that is the biggest piece of BS I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. Ain't nobody sleeping when the baby's sleeping.
No. Oh, I'll get, this is a something that we went through. There's different sort of rules of thought when it comes to napping, right? And some parents love to sort of prolong that period of life where your kid is still napping, because when the kid is still napping, that means that you can go and do some things, right? If there's stuff in the house that needs to be done, all this other stuff, right? When the kid is napping, we went the opposite way, and we got rid of napping very early, right? Like Rock stopped napping like in the 2s. Simply because we felt it freed us up in life more. Because when you're out in the world and you're with a kid who still naps, that thing is a bomb.
Yeah.
Right? And wherever you are, you have to get home to put that kid down for a nap.
That was us.
Yeah. And so I didn't want to live that life, so we got rid of naps early, right? Because it was better for our life. And then the kid just sort of started going to bed when we go to bed and waking up when we wake up. But stuff like that, you have to figure out what sort of life you want to live, whether you sort of want those moments in a day and sort of prolong that nap period, or whether you want to get rid of it because it does free you up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know if any of that helped.
No, it did. It really did. It's helpful to hear it from other people who are definitely on the other side of the newborn stage.
Also, don't run out of diapers on like a Sunday night in February.
Oh my God!
Right?
Yo, Ellen, if
doing
there's
that diaper
one
run in a blizzard on a Sunday?
No. Can I tell you? I don't know if you know about this, but this came in so clutch for Jenna and I. Right? We were on Amazon's subscription service for diapers and wipes. Yeah. So like every other month or something like that, we were getting a fresh batch of our Huggies and wipes.
Yeah.
So do that. That's one less thing that you have to think about.
Okay, sounds good.
And enjoy it. I mean,
just enjoy it. You can have a good time.
That's all you got to do.
It's a lot of
enjoy
fun.
it. I know we can say to you, try not to stress, but there will be points of your day and night where you will be hella stressed, but you're going to get through it. And everyone's experience is going to be different from everyone else's experience.
Yeah, that's true. That's really helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome,
you're very
Ellen.
welcome.
All the best.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Bro, you see this story that Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis had to get together and release a statement against their nanny?
So explain the whole story.
Oh.
I heard something about Jason Sudeikis jumping in front of a car.
Okay, hold on.
Or like banning Harry Styles music. Or...
Okay.
So much more.
So they had to release a statement saying, as parents, it is incredibly upsetting to learn that a former nanny of our 2 young children would choose to make such false and scurrilous, I don't know what word that is. Scurrilous? No, it's not. It's scurrilous. Scurrilous? Scurrilous? Scurrilous?
Isn't that a disease?
No, it's not.
from
It's
the back of the
scurrilous.
day?
Accusations about us publicly.
No, man, don't use words that we all can't understand.
I don't know.
Jason Sudeikis.
I don't know what that
and
word
Olivia
was.
Wilde.
So we know that they have 2 kids, right?
Uh-huh.
And they say that talking about the nanny, that her now 18th month long campaign of harassing us, as well as our loved ones, close friends, and colleagues, has reached its unfortunate apex. We will continue to focus on raising and protecting our children with the sincere hope that she will now choose to leave our family alone. So she's claiming, the nanny's claiming, that when Jason Sudeikis found out that Olivia Wilde had hooked up with Harry Styles, because he found her old Apple Watch and started going through the messages on the old Apple Watch and found apparently the messages between Olivia Wilde, his then wife, or no, I don't think they were officially married, but Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles. And then she says that he threw himself in front of her car in an attempt to stop her from leaving to go and see Harry Styles one day. Like he just laid down on the ground in front of her car to prevent her from leaving. And then the nanny also says that that he banned any of the staff in the house from listening to Harry Styles music in the house.
So if they just want to listen to Watermelon Sugar, they just
Not
got
allowed.
AirPods?
No. And she said that I feel bad for Jason because he really wanted to make things work. He tried. He left everything to go to therapy and try harder to do better, and it didn't work.
That's what the nanny said?
That's what the nanny
Oh,
said.
so she's on Team Jason.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she's on Team Jason. Jeez, man, when the nanny starts doing,
But then now they have to come together.
And you know that there's no like, I mean, I'm sure they're cordial for the children and stuff, but their relationship is not, I mean, it does not appear to be, solid where getting together and releasing a statement would have been any sort of fun activity for the two of them.
Business to say anything.
And normally they sign NDAs and all this other
But
stuff.
that nanny, she
right?
got paid for spilling all the tea.
Oh, yeah.
I know, but you just keep the tea in your cup, man. It's not your business to tell.
Please, Maury, if you had this information,
I know, but I kind of feel bad for them.
You do?
I
mean, don't get me wrong.
Tough.
Listen, there's two kids in there and everything
Of
else,
course.
and I get all that, right? But lying in front of the car, right? Like, oh God, the hurt, like. Jesus, man.
What was the word they used? Scrumpulous?
I still think that's not a word. I think they meant scrupulous.
Yeah.
Hold
but
on, let's see what it is.
SCURRILOUS. Scurrilous.
I think they
Scurred?
missed a
What?
C.
SCURRRILOUS?
Yeah, hold on here. Give me one
I think they missed the P.
Making or spreading scandalous claims about someone with the intention of damaging their reputation.
I've never seen that word before. SCURRILOUS.
I'm surprised you never have.
Scurrilous. But throwing yourself in front of the car like that, like you just know what kind of hurt that guy was in that day, huh?
Yeah.
That's
like your very last kind of ditch attempt.
Just like stay or kill, like stay or run me over, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna leave and go and see him. You're gonna run me over. Like that is like, oh my God. And then to have somebody see, like, that's the thing. Like when you, especially when you watch like all these reality shows and stuff like that, like when you're at that level of fame, right? Like you have house staff,
And everyone's seeing.
And none of that stuff is private. Like you don't have privacy. Like there is no, like when you're, in the middle of a breakup and like you're throwing yourself in front of the car and all of this stuff and crying in the living room, like your nanny and you're like your trainer sitting in the other room.
And then the nanny's
right?
getting paid to spill all the beans.
It's really
on her
crazy.
life. Damn, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, so they've released the price for that Netflix with ads.
Okay.
So in Canada, it's going to be $5.99
Mm-hmm.
a month. But isn't that just what Netflix was when we all started paying for Netflix?
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't it something like that? Or
But
like
keep in mind that when
$7.99?
that happened, there wasn't all the other things we subscribed to.
No,
so
I
now
know.
it's very appealing.
And they didn't have all the library that they have now, obviously, right?
And do you remember how everybody was like all pissed off because there was just such a vast difference between like Canadian Netflix and US Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a huge difference.
Stuff wasn't on Canada.
No. And I mean, there's still now minor differences, but I think it's
For the most part, it's
for
like
the
on
most
par.
part, you don't hear those. You don't hear those complaints
I
anymore.
might do this.
You really, huh? Like,
So you watch a couple commercials, but you're going to save money.
But more, you literally spend like so much money on absolute nonsense.
but I like to save where I can for that nonsense.
But that's so crazy. What is Netflix now? How much does Netflix cost
Like
a month?
$13.
$14.
$14?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like $6, right?
Okay, wait.
You're going to get 5 minutes of commercials per hour, I guess. I don't know how that works.
That's too much.
The ads will be either 15 or 30 seconds in length and will play before and during shows and movies.
Stop.
Yes.
Everyone. So TV.
Yeah.
Like regular TV.
Yeah, but
right
we
now.
don't pay per channel on most cases.
Yeah, but it's going to be like television.
Like regular television.
Yes,
then.
it's called cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, but when you're watching normal cable,
Yeah.
you expect that. You're not paying per each channel you watch. So it's like you get that. But on Netflix, because it's not been there and you're paying for that, 5 minutes is a lot. I thought you were going to say it's like 1 30-second commercial.
No.
This is
with
a
an
lot.
average of 4 to 5 minutes of ads each hour. Now, here is...
So if you binge a show, that's a lot.
Well, it's an extra 4 minutes.
Per hour.
Yeah. My problem with this is, and I don't know how they're going to get around it, is if you watch a show on Netflix that originated on a network, there are those breaks written into a show where they would have historically put ads.
Sure.
So like writers write around commercials, right? Like that's just how shows are. But when you're watching a, say, Netflix original show, say like Stranger Things,
Where are they gonna put the commercials?
Exactly. Stranger Things isn't built around commercial breaks.
But it's the same as when you watch a YouTube show. It just says commercial in 3, 2, 1, and in the middle of a sentence
Which
it'll
is
cut to a commercial.
Yeah, but we're not talking like when you're watching something on YouTube, we're not talking about like a $200 million movie that they've invested in. Like, where
Now-
do you put the commercials?
It's going to be in the middle of like a sentence. It's just going to pop in.
Will they? Here's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
They'll put those ads in shows, let's say. Let's talk about TV shows, right?
Yeah.
Shows that existed on a network before that are now on Netflix. So a show like The Office, right?
Or Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Or Schitt's Creek or Friends, any of those shows that existed historically on cable, now that they're on Netflix, I wonder if those are going to be the shows that have ads. And then moving forward, if any movies that they make specifically, or TV shows specifically for Netflix, if they'll build them knowing that ads are going to be placed.
You can't ask people to do that.
But then you can't do that for people who are paying the premium, right?
No, you can't. And
Yeah,
you can't.
weird.
You can't ask like some of these directors that they've hired, to do these shows. Like you can't say make a movie, but only put gaps in there, like write it around commercials. It's really wild. So I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Or do you think it might be like how YouTube? If you watch a long video,
That's
on
what Maury was
YouTube-
just saying, where they just pop up right in the middle.
I'll watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll watch a home thing, and then in the middle of them showing me their kitchen, it cuts to a commercial.
I don't know why YouTube jabronis don't have YouTube Premium.
I know. For some reason, I pay
every time I say, "Hey Mocha, can you play this for me?" Right?
Yeah.
You sit through these insufferable ads on YouTube, and they aggravate you so much. Like the look on your face every time I'm like, "Hey Mocha, can you play this for me?" And he always goes like this, the same thing. I look at him. He's at his computer, and he goes, "Oh, freaking ads!" Right? Every single time. Every single time.
You know what? And I probably watch YouTube
more than anything.
More than I watch Netflix.
Thank you.
More than I watch Disney.
Thank you.
More than I watch Prime.
Yep.
Right? YouTube, I spend the most time on Instagram and then on YouTube.
Yes.
Right?
And you won't pay for the YouTube
But
Premium.
I don't know why. I do
makes no
not
sense.
pay for YouTube, and I can't bring myself to pay for YouTube
It's
Premium.
crazy to me that
I
you don't pay
know.
for that.
I don't
Do you have it,
know
Roz?
why.
Of course I have it.
I know.
And commercials don't exist.
No, I haven't watched a commercial on YouTube in years.
I know, and I'm like YouTube #1 fan.
Yes, I
I'm like the
know.
guy. I'm liking videos.
Yes.
I'm commenting on videos.
And YouTube, and they don't care. Like they'll jam a commercial,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
right in, like the what? Like they don't care.
Right? No, there's like no. It doesn't make any sense to the algorithm.
No.
They just throw in the ad
No.
wherever.
And not only that, YouTube will put in a commercial of the thing you're actually currently watching.
I know.
A movie trailer on top of a
But
movie
yes,
trailer.
but guess what? YouTube ain't getting my money.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's looking like Liam Neeson is in talks to reboot the Naked Gun franchise.
Why?
Because it's awesome.
Wait, what?
Remember the Naked Gun movies?
Yeah, didn't he die?
No,
it's Leslie Nielsen.
No, Leslie Nielsen died. Liam Neeson.
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Oh, hold
yes.
on a second.
Yes.
Wait, Neeson and Leslie. It's Leslie Nielsen
and Liam Neeson. Yes.
Is that why do you think that's why they cast him?
I don't think so. I think that they cast him because he's going to be awesome in it.
Because you just know him from like more like those Taken movies,
Yes,
right?
but he's really funny. The comedy stuff that Liam Neeson has done, he's been brilliant in it, right?
What comedy's he done?
He did one of the funniest things you'll ever watch, Maury, is Liam Neeson on that Ricky Gervais show from years ago, where he walks into, he asks Ricky Gervais for advice on comedy. And Ricky Gervais, have you never seen this clip before?
No, I'm going to look it up.
Oh my God. I don't know if there's swearing in it, but Liam Neeson is so, if you get a chance, and I don't remember which Ricky Gervais show it was that he did. But Liam Neeson comes in to say that he wanted to do comedy. He wanted to try comedy. And Ricky Gervais is like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, let's just do a scenario here. Like, let's do some improv, right?
Yeah.
And Liam Neeson is so great. It's my favorite Liam Neeson performance that he's ever done in anything is that one like 3-minute clip with him and Ricky Gervais.
He's also in A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah. Are you listening to it, Shem, right now?
I'm pretty sure it's called Life's Too Short.
Life's Too Short. That was the show. Can somebody listen to it and tell me if there's swearing in it?
He was also in Ted 2.
Yes, right. But Liam Neeson's comedy is like beyond funny.
And he was funny in Love Actually.
Nah, stop. Why you got to bring up Love Actually, man? Every single time. We're
Not my
talking
fault.
about.
That's on you.
It's not on me.
You're the
How
one
is
that
that
brought
on
it up.
me?
Because you mentioned
Nobody was going to bring up Love Actually. Nobody. Not one person on this show was going to bring up Love Actually.
It's hard not to when you say, what comedies has he done?
First of all, Love Actually, not a comedy.
He was funny in it.
In what way was he funny in it?
His moments with the little kid.
No, that's not designed to be funny. Is there swearing in this, Shem? Oh, he's listening. Okay, we'll go on to another story, and then Shem will let us know if we can listen to that, because it really is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jen texted today, Roz. I guess because you and we wake up so early every day for work. And Jen said, hey, Roz and Mocha, I've been getting up for work at 4:50 every day, and my boyfriend and I are both night owls. How do you guys get up so early? What do you do for a living?
I work in a film.
When you say that you're a night owl, how late are you staying up?
So when I don't work, we're up till like 3:04. And when I work, I try to go to bed around 10 or 11, but it doesn't normally happen till about midnight.
Oh, gee. So what are you doing? Just tossing and turning?
Yeah. I got insomnia.
Yeah. And then you start scrolling on your phone.
No, I stay away from technology. It's just insomnia that keeps me awake. Yeah.
What movie are you working on?
I can't tell you.
Oh,
why not? Come on, girl.
I can.
Is it a sequel? Is it a sequel?
No, it's a show.
Oh, it's a show.
Is it The Boys?
Yeah. No.
So
I have worked on that. It's a fun one.
Okay, cool. So what do you do? I'll tell you, every morning when, you can bleep this, right, Mocha?
Yeah.
Okay. We've talked about this so many times. Every single morning when I'm lying in bed, right? Every single morning I'm lying in bed. When my alarm goes off at 3:48, my alarm goes off, I open my eyes, and I say to myself, every single morning, it hurts. Like it is, there is no getting used to waking up in the threes.
Yeah.
Right. That's not morning. That's night. Right. Yeah. And you know, and my funny thing is that like every time you talk to somebody, like, you know, when you go on like an all-inclusive vacation and you got to take that like early, flight, at 6 a.m. to Cancun, and your whole family gets up at 4, and it's so foreign to you, and you're like, oh my God, this is weird getting up at 4, but we're all going on vacation. We all do that every single day.
But we're not going on vacation.
But there's no beach. Right? Like, it sucks. The thing that you do once a year, maybe or twice a year, we all do every single day, and it sucks.
If you're already an insomniac, Jen, then I I mean, I guess I can't help because I have no problem going to bed at 7:30 every single night.
Yeah.
I tried that last night, and the fire alarm in my building went off at midnight.
Oh, no.
They got you.
That sucks.
I've been trying to go to bed a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Because you normally go to bed at what, like 11?
11, yeah. 11.
So what's earlier for you?
Like last night, 10:15.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
not bad. I felt much better going to bed at 10. We're slowly trying to do it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, good.
Do it. Go to sleep a little bit earlier.
That never happens.
Stop it.
Well, I don't know, Jen, maybe if you are feeling that you can't sleep and you need some company, maybe you like listen to our podcast?
I do, actually.
Oh, okay.
I do a mixture of depending on what the brain prefers of either just music or podcast.
Have you tried reading?
That wakes up my brain too much.
It does.
Oh, no.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
No, it's
a
tough.
very mental position, a lot of, I'm an assistant director, so it's a lot of mental work.
Gotcha.
So anything that involves just shutting the brain down is better for me.
I'll tell you one thing that helps me.
Is what?
I watch Forensic Files on HLN if I need to sleep because the narrator's voice is really soothing when he's talking about luminol.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah, it's very specific. But yeah, there's a lot of everybody sort of has their own tricks, but I know every single morning when I wake up, it sucks. When Mocha wakes up even earlier than I do. What time do you wake up in the morning?
2:15.
2:15.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Like people are getting into Ubers after last call while Mocha is jumping into the shower to come to work.
The other day, when I was on the road, there's a bar in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I drove by and like 3 people were standing outside of the bar having a cigarette.
Yeah, because they... Sounds like... Right? What a life. What a life.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, all the best to you, Jen. Thank you for listening to the Roz Mocha Show, and thank you for reaching out.
Thank you so much. I'm a huge fan. I listen every morning in my trailer as I wait for the actual show to start.
Can you at least tell us who is starring in this show and or movie that you're working on?
I can.
No.
Oh, damn
Can you at least tell us what's for breakfast at Craft Services this morning?
It was a selection of a sandwich or custom breakfast box and overnight oats.
Oh, custom breakfast box. That I don't even know what's in that. Sounds delicious. Sounds delicious. Oh, so good.
Amazing. Love you, Jen. Thanks so much. Take care.
Thanks so much. Bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Back to nature.
Yo, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, no way.
What's up, dude?
Good. Not much. Yourself?
Good, man. What's your name?
Josh.
This is the text that Josh just sent, Roz. I just wanted to reach out and say that I finished all the podcast episodes yesterday. Finally.
Wow.
Not sure how people have the time to commit to starting it all over again. One time through was a mountain to climb in and of itself. Love you guys. Love the show. Roz's book came in this week, so I got that next on my list. I cannot wait. Now it's just getting my wife to finish up so we can chat about it. Thank you for all you guys do. Bright spot in so many lives, so many people's lives. Have a great day. Thank you for that text, Josh. That means a lot,
That's awesome, man.
No problem. Thanks for calling.
So did you have a goal in mind when you started listening to the podcast? Like you knew you wanted to wrap up by a certain date, or it just so happened that you plowed right through and you're here now?
No, I've just been kind of dipping in and out over the last couple of years. I would kind of keep up with the new stuff, and then when I caught up, I would go back and forth, and then about 6-7 months ago, I started listening more while I was during the day at work.
Yeah.
And then I started over at the beginning and then just caught up to where I got up to. I think I got back up to like episode 200 or something.
Wow.
And then finally, I did the couple new ones again. And last night I was listening to it and all of a sudden there was no more. And I was like, what the heck?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
And then we have like all the specialty episodes in there as well, like an all games episode or like an all Damnits episode.
We have people. I know you said that it was a mountain to climb. We have people that do this every year.
And I don't know how. Like, I would, like, don't get me wrong, I would love to go back and listen to it again, but there's no way I can commit to that. Like, 470-something episodes. Like, you guys are nuts.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot. But we have people, because what people want is becoming the person who listened the most when Spotify at the end of the year releases your stats.
Oh, yeah.
People every year want that title.
Yeah,
right?
because they want the win.
And they fight for it,
Yeah.
right? Like you would not, as soon as those come out, like RIP to our DMs, because the amount of people that send in hoping that they were number one for the entire year.
I know.
And then when they're not, because we had one year, whether it was last year or the year before, where people were upwards of like 200,000 hours of something or something like that, whatever it was, 200,000 minutes. And the person who came in second by like a couple.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they just missed out.
I know.
Right?
It's a battle.
It's a battle, and people want that title. So they do it every year, man.
Josh, now that you've gone through the entire podcast, like all the episodes, in listening, is there anything that kind of like stuck out in your mind that maybe you wanted to ask either Roz or myself about?
Off the top of my head, no. Unfortunately, I never expected to actually talk to you guys. So the problem is every time I'm listening, I'm like, oh, I should remember that to call. And hey, I should remember that to call. But now I don't know. I'd have to go back and make notes. I should have made notes, but the problem was when I was listening, I was nowhere near anywhere to make notes.
Hey, you know what you should do? Go back and start at episode 1 and then start making notes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you again in 3 years.
Josh, you're the best, dude. Thank you for your dedication to the show and also to the podcast. Before we let you go, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Sorry, Mocha. It's got to be Roz.
Oh.
I was going to say, I know all the same answers. Everybody calls in like, well, it's Roz for this, and that. And you know what? It's Roz. Hands down, pants down.
Yeah.
We're very similar in a lot of ways. So I've always related a lot more to you and the stuff you say on the radio and the advice you give. So
Bro,
it's always been you.
I thought I was making some ground in this world, like after the book came out and stuff.
Yeah.
I got 2 messages in a row yesterday.
Yeah.
From beautiful people, right? Like just talking about like the book and how much it meant to them and the stories and like we were sharing dad's stories, everything else. 2 messages in a row. And I mean long messages. Like, you know, when you run out of room on an Instagram DM and then
you got to send another one. Yeah.
Right. I'm talking like 4 blocks of text. Okay. 2 in a row, both ended with, by the way, Mocha's still my favorite.
And guess what? I didn't have to write a book.
Yeah. And I was like, and I wrote her back and I was like, what the hell does a guy have to do?
You got to write 2 books. Josh, you're the best, bro. We love you. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, guys. Love you too.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's that time. Hey, Mocha.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Oh, I was reading this story. You know these stupid things that come out about baby names and like baby name trends and whatnot? Mm-hmm. So apparently they're predicting that the new trend in baby girl names is going to be old-timey man names.
Old-timey man names?
Yeah, so like naming baby girls after like their great-grandfather kind of
Gilbert?
thing. Like not like Gilbert, like Ira or Arlo.
Oh, yeah?
Or like Clark. Right?
No.
Yeah. Clark. Jean. Right?
Jean.
Yeah. Murphy. Right?
Is Abernathy on there?
Calling a baby girl Teddy is on the list.
Teddy?
Teddy. Yeah. Calling a baby girl Lou.
Just straight up L-O-U.
Straight up L-O-U. Huh. Yeah. Max is on there. But they think that the big trend in baby girl names is going to be old-timey man names.
Huh.
Right? Not like Ezekiel. Like, they're not going like that, but like Ray.
Moses?
Not that old.
Okay.
Right? Like, we're not going Moses old.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm just asking the questions here.
And then they're talking about some of the epic names that people may wind up with their kids. They predict that people are going to start calling their children Brave. How about Epic as a name? Glorious as a name.
No, come on.
Icy as a name.
Icy?
Icy. I-C-Y.
That's pretty lit. That's pretty lit.
Yeah, you like that one?
I co-sign that one. Yeah.
Okay. What about calling your kid Sincere?
No.
No? Okay. What about calling your kid Supreme?
I co-sign that one.
Okay. What about calling your kid Wild?
Yeah.
Heavenly.
Okay, I could see that.
What about calling your kid Savvy?
Yeah. Co-sign that one.
All right. And then a couple examples. Anyway, I'm done with stupid baby names.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The members of BTS announced today that they will sign up for Korea's mandatory military service, with Jin initiating the process at the end of October, so the end of this month. The move means that the band will temporarily be inactive as a group, but, quote, both the company and the members of BTS are looking forward to reconvening as a group again around 2025.
So BTS becomes BRB?
Yes, exactly. We will BRB.
But it doesn't mean that they're going to be like necessarily in combat mode.
Well, I don't think that they're at war with anybody right now.
No.
But you
like,
are always.
I
In
guess
South Korea,
I guess training, right?
Yeah,
They still got to go through
well,
all
you
the
have
training.
to. When you are a border away from North Korea, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a fine line between.
I wonder what their job is going to be.
So everybody under the age of 30, all able-bodied men under the age of 30 have to do mandatory military service. And the current system allows for some exceptions on the grounds of exceptional service to the country. So some top athletes, classical musicians have been exempt from military service on the basis of that. But pop artists have not. So they will
Twitter's
do their,
going wild.
they will do their service, but they've said for a long time that they were going to. Like, I don't think that
they announced it earlier this year.
But no, even years ago.
Oh, did they?
This
I
came
didn't know
up,
that.
yeah, because of course it's going to come up, because
at some point
in all of these interviews they're like, "Hey, have any of you guys done this yet?" Right? And then no, and then so they never wanted to seem like they were trying to get out of it, right? Because that's sort of when I guess the backlash starts happening.
I'm sure it'll be smooth like butter for them.
What does that mean?
Their song, Smooth Like Butter.
Oh, I didn't get that. I'm so out of it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
After Hailey Bieber showed up on the Call Her Daddy podcast and talked about how when she and Justin Bieber hooked up, Justin Bieber was still not with Selena Gomez. And then shortly after that, on September 28th, I believe it was, Selena Gomez went live on TikTok to sort of address what we all know, which is just the vicious attacks that she has had to deal with, really just because fans, like there's two camps of fans with Justin Bieber. There's like the Hailey fans, and then there's the Selena fans. And the ugliness is everywhere. So if you remember, here is what Selena Gomez said on the end of September.
I think some of the things that I don't even need to be aware of are just vile and disgusting. And it's not fair, and no one ever should be spoken to in the manner that I've seen. And all I have to say is it's incredibly ironic that I would release something that is all about kind words, because that's exactly what I want. That's it. If you support Rare, I cannot thank you enough. But know that you are also representing what it means. And that is, words matter. Truly matter. So, it ain't coming from me. And I just want all of you to know that I hope that you understand that this is much bigger than anything else. And I'm really grateful to all of you for hearing me out. So, have a wonderful rest of your day.
So over the weekend at the Academy Museum Gala in Los Angeles, photographer Tyler Hampton posted a couple of shots on Instagram, and the caption simply just read, "Plot twist." And these were pictures of Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber together at the gala, yucking it up like best friends.
Oh,
and
all right.
people cannot handle it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's great for them.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just like, this is the two worlds that people never thought. This is the thing that people never thought would happen. That, yes, I'm sure they're cordial and they have actually no ill will towards each other, but the idea of being at the same event and posing for pictures and seemingly getting along, like, this is the best thing that they could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
The pictures are awesome, too.
Good.
Yeah.
I support.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Today in Toronto, Uber will start delivering pot.
Hey!
As well as snacks, right?
Well,
now,
yeah,
you can't order it all. I don't think you can order it all in one thing, though, because the way that I understand it is when you go on Uber and you look for marijuana, the actual person delivering it to you will be somebody from the weed retailer as opposed to a third-party driver. And I don't think the weed retailers are going to pick you up snacks on the way.
Why not?
Right?
They can't just like swing by a Circle K?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. I think you
Grab me like a Red Bull and a bag of Doritos?
See, I think you're looking at two different orders if that's the case. I think you got to do snacks in one. I know. And then you got to follow two maps and two guys on bikes.
Delivery fees.
Two delivery fees.
The surcharges on that is going to be nuts.
Right?
No.
So those delivering the order will also verify your customer's age and sobriety in order to.
It's easier to order wine.
Canadian law, yeah. The program will be with 3 retailers:
Wait, how
Hidden
they
Leaf
gonna-
Cannabis.
How are they going to check that?
Check what?
Your sobriety.
I don't know, man.
Like click here if you're not
yeah,
high?
I guess. I don't know. Like, who's not already high ordering weed, right? Like, I don't think that anybody, like, you're ordering weed when you need more weed,
when you
right?
just ran out.
Yeah, like,
And you thought you had more.
Thank you. I don't think anybody's ordering weed like who's sober at that point. I think that when you're on Uber and you're going to pay for that and the hours, it's because you can't leave.
Yeah. It's not a planned event.
No.
Will they bring it into your house and put it somewhere for you? Or do you have to walk to the door?
What do you mean? Why
if you're already high.
Why do you always find a way to get people into your house? Like, that's weird, man.
You're so creepy,
Like,
dude.
you're so weird.
I'm telling you, if the person's already high and on the couch,
Yeah.
bring it in here, dude.
Like, you just leave a boot in the door kind of thing, and like when they walk in, no, I think they would stand in the doorway and throw it at you. That's what I would. I'd throw it right on your lap. Hey, man, you cool? Right on. Yeah. So there's no.
You end
there's
up
no
chained to
way.
the wall in Maury's den.
Nah, there's no way.
Duct tape on your mouth.
There was another food delivery story that I was hearing about today. This guy from New York moved to, what's this thing called? Hold on here.
Canada.
No, it's called Cookin'. And it's based on, he got the idea from Vladdy from the Jays. Because his grandmother apparently cooks home meals for all the other guys. Where's he from? Dominican? Is that where he's from? She cooks home meals for all the other guys from Dominican on the team. But also when other teams come to play Toronto, she cooks Dominican dudes on that team home cooked meals.
Yeah.
And so
that's
this guy's now starting a platform. I think
Only
it's
the Dominican players get her food?
Well, no, I mean, but it tastes like home, right? So I think that what this guy's doing is he's pairing up like really great home cooks with people who want to order that food. So like you can, as a chef, Maury, could go on the app and put like concoction or whatever the hell that stuff that your dad used to make was concoction. And then if somebody was like, oh, I'm down with concoction tonight, you at home would have to make them concoction.
And bring it in Tupperware?
And then I guess bring it to them in Tupperware. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but it seems.
You should do that.
I know,
Sounds
right?
like Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, yeah.
You should do that. You're such a great chef. And people always asking about your recipes.
Yeah.
I would order lasagna from you.
Yeah, I would
oh my God, Maury would order everything.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine? I'd be at Maury's house all the time
just to
delivering
get
food.
you over.
Oh, God. I know. And then
Chained to the wall in the den. Duct tape on your mouth.
I know.
No, because then I need him to leave and cook more and come
honestly, I would get there and it would be me and the weed guy standing in your doorway.
Maury laying on the couch in undies.
I'd be
Come on in, guys.
I'd be sliding lasagna across the floor with my foot. He'd be throwing a bag of weed on your lap.
Yeah. You sure you guys don't want to come in?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Seth Green, a lot of stuff going on with Bill Murray, man. Nobody really has anything nice to say about Bill Murray in the last little while, and rightfully so with the way that he acted on set of that Aziz Ansari movie. But here's an old story. Seth Green was doing an interview where he talked about his very first encounter with Bill Murray when Seth Green was only 9 years old. Listen to this.
I'm hanging out in the green room, 9 years old, sitting on an arm of a sofa. There's nobody there. There's a TV on. Bill Murray was hosting the show. And he was like, that's my chair. And I go, are you this much of a jerk to tell a 9-year-old? He picked me up by my ankles, held me upside down. He dangled me over a trash can. And he was like, the trash goes in the trash can. And I was screaming. And I swung my arms, flailed wildly, full contact with his He dropped me in the trash can. The trash can falls over. I was horrified.
Oh my God. 9 years old?
Yeah, it's not
That's so
surprising though, right? Like, could you not
For
see
somebody
Bill Murray
like
doing that?
Absolutely,
100% you could. Yeah.
Also, every time he speaks, all I hear is Chris Griffin.
Who's Chris Griffin?
The character he plays on Family Guy.
Oh.
The kid.
Oh, I've never seen Family Guy. but he sounds.
You ever seen Family Guy?
No.
Ever?
No.
Like
never.
what?
No.
By
How
mistake?
did you miss Family Guy?
Never watched an episode. Never seen an episode of Family Guy.
No one's forced you?
Nope. Forced me.
What?
No.
Like if they're like,
I
watch
know.
this, it's funny.
No. Maury, you're weird today, man. Just
Yeah.
like figuring out ways to get guys in your house and forcing them to watch. No, it's not cool. It's not cool. No, I've never seen Family Guy. Never seen it.
Never even been interested.
No, never.
You'd find it funny.
What's that?
You'd find it funny.
Would I though?
The humor,
So, like,
absolutely.
Would I?
It's very adulty humor.
So like a quote like, "You got money for fake mustaches." That means nothing to you.
No. Is that a real quote? Or are you just trolling me
No,
right now?
that's real.
Yeah?
Where's my money?
No.
No?
No, never seen Family
What about
Guy.
back scratcher?
No.
Or back scratcher?
No.
Have you heard the word?
Back scratcher?
Have I heard the word? What word?
Bird. Bird is the word. Word. But no?
No, I know that song.
Oh, it's like a huge thing on Family Guy.
Oh, but okay.
You screwed
Yeah.
up the joke.
Bird.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Back scratcher?
No, I've never. No. It means it's lost on me. All of this stuff. All of this stuff lost on me. Anyway.
Or the greased up deaf guy?
Excuse me.
Wow, okay, Maury.
That's a guy on Family Guy.
Not needed. Not needed.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so when it comes to profanity in movies, this has always been like debated as to who uses the most profanity in movies, who says the F word the most, who says the S word the most, all this other stuff. So there's yet another list that sort of contradicts some of the lists that have been around in the last couple of years. And so this one focuses on Joe Pesci.
Oh.
Joe Pesci has said the F word 272 times in his movies. They say more than any other actor. However, 241 of Joe Pesci's F words were in just one film. He said the F word 241 times in Casino from 1995.
Casino. Yo, Nicky.
Oh, I was going to say Home Alone.
Right? Yeah. 241 times. So I think you have a little tiny. Did you put a montage together?
I did.
All just bleeps, right?
Are they bleep though, Maury?
Are they all bleeps?
Sometimes your bleeps you miss.
This is a good bleep.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Yeah, I did not miss this time.
Okay.
Just for the record, Damnit Maurie was responsible for this montage, okay?
Yeah.
But in the end, we it all up. It should have been so sweet, too. But it turned out to be the last time that street guys like us were ever given anything that valuable.
My anxiety.
They had so much money in there. And the best part was that upstairs, the board of directors didn't know what the
Okay. Yo,
anyway.
Man, you got to work on your editing technique, bro.
I thought they were good at it. So 241 times in Casino alone. Now,
great movie.
Because if you remember, there was a story that came out in 2020 that talked about the actor who has used more profanity just in general, so all words, than any other actor. And everybody was shocked to realize that it was actually Jonah Hill.
Really? I'm even shocked right now.
It was because of Superbad and because of Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
that Jonah Hill took that record because he had used 376 profanities in his movie career.
Samuel L. Jackson should be up there.
Samuel L. Jackson was actually 3 on that list. Wow. Number 2 was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really?
Yeah. So it went Jonah Hill, Leo, then Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson was pissed about it. But anyway, so as far as just the F word goes, they did get a comment from Joe Pesci's production partner on what he feels, how he feels about the honor. Yeah. He simply replied, "Quote: He said he really doesn't give an F."
Oh.
You
go, Joe Pesci.
The great Joe Pesci.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
If I said that there's a doctor who's 100 years old, who's going famous on TikTok right now.
For what?
For giving out like sort of doctorly advice. Now, you feel that a doctor who's 100 years old has this incredible wealth of knowledge to pull from.
Yes.
Okay. So this doctor, I guess basically somebody said, what are the sort of keys to staying healthy, right? They asked him, what are the 3 things as a 100-year-old doctor that you would never do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
The 3 things that you would never do. What do you think that he's going to say as a 100-year-old doctor are the 3 things that he would never do?
Smoke.
Okay, smoke is smoke. More you say smoke?
Drink.
Okay, smoke, drink.
smoke, drink, and he would never.
Want to add anything to this list, Shem? 100-year-old doctor. What are the three things he said he would never do?
So smoke and drink for sure.
Okay.
And he would never sleep in?
Interesting.
Have like lots of sugar.
Interesting one, Shem.
Have sex?
Have sex?
No,
What?
wait,
I
as much as you can.
Listen,
What kind of doctor are you going to?
I didn't say I went to that doctor.
Oh,
Not my doctor.
Okay.
Shem's trying to keep it all for himself over there. I heard from this doctor. He says, just don't do it. So here are the three things that this 100-year-old doctor said that he would never do.
These are three things I would never do as a doctor. I would never smoke.
Smoke.
I would never jump on a trampoline.
Jump on a trampoline.
Because I've seen too many people paralyzed from their necks down. And I wouldn't ride a motorcycle.
No motorcycle.
Also, no motorcycles, no trampolines.
No
and
cigarettes.
No cigarettes.
How are you supposed to look cool?
On a trampoline.
You know what I mean? When you can't trampoline, you can't drive a motorcycle, and you can't smoke cigarettes, what are you supposed to do to look cool in this world? But he says those things. No motorcycle, no trampoline, no cigarettes.
Okay.
I am terrified of trampolines.
You don't smoke anymore.
Don't smoke anymore.
And
I don't ride a motorcycle.
Ride a
anymore.
motorcycle.
Stop
So you're
riding a
good.
motorcycle when we had a kid.
So you can live to 100. Like this
Have
guy.
you ever
Let's not
seen a
be-
super tall 100-year-old?
Shut up, Maury. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
live
man.
long. We
Why
shrink.
would you say that,
Don't
man?
you worry about it. Don't you even worry.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, it's looking like Rihanna may actually surprise people with new music sooner than later.
Yeah, right.
So Rihanna is said to have recorded 2 new songs for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack.
Oh, really?
So this is one of these things where it's not necessarily that the songs are going to be in the movie, right? It's more likely that this will be one of those music inspired by Black Panther Wakanda Forever, those soundtracks that they release. But apparently there's 2 tracks, and we know the movie comes out November 11th, so you'll probably get those before then. And then
So
she's got the
in the next
Super Bowl.
3.5 weeks.
Yeah, and then she's got the Super Bowl and everything else. So
Nah, I still don't believe it.
there's probably Wakanda Forever music
Nah,
inspired.
I still don't believe it.
You don't believe it? You don't believe when I tell you that she's recorded
How many
2
times
songs?
have we heard that Rihanna was releasing new music?
I know,
Right?
I know.
Unbelievable.
But it makes perfect sense. Right before the Super Bowl and Black Panther, right? Because there was a rumor.
And she was seen going into the studio.
Oh.
Twice.
Oh, 2 songs?
Maybe she
2
just
scenes?
Maybe she just wanted to see what it looked like.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Checking
maybe,
the
maybe
decor.
she's looking to buy the place.
Yeah.
Right? We don't
No,
know.
maybe she's like, you know what? I haven't been in a recording studio in forever. Let me see what it looks like. This is jog my memory.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Netflix viewers are, hey, did you finish The Watcher yet, Mocha?
No. What?
Netflix viewers are
upset,
voicing their strong opinions
on
over the ending of The Watcher.
Okay. Next story.
Okay, next story. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay, yeah, I
Maury,
could see
it was-
how- yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
no, I
saying?
get it, I
Yeah,
get it.
like when I say voicing opinions, I mean like
Could have been
Their
better.
displeasure?
their undispleasure. Thank you.
Spoiler alert. So what? The ending sucks?
No, listen, that's up for interpretation, but a lot of people do agree with that sentiment.
Oh.
is all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
James Corden has responded to that restaurateur, Keith McNally, who barred him from his French restaurant, Balthazar. So
No French food for you, monsieur.
So Keith McNally wrote, James Corden is a hugely gifted comedian, but a tiny cretin of a man, and the most abusive customer to my Balthazar servers since the restaurant opened near 25 years ago. And then he went on to detail 2 instances of interactions that James Corden had with his staff. And then he said that he also behaved similarly at his other restaurant, Cafe Luxembourg, a few years back. And so I guess James called to apologize And Keith McNally posted this. He says, James Corden just called me and apologized profusely. Having effed up myself more than most people, I strongly believe in second chances. So if James Corden lets me host his late show for 9 months, I'll immediately reinstate his ban from Balthazar. No, of course not. But anyone magnanimous enough to apologize to a deadbeat layabout like me and my staff doesn't deserve to be banned from anywhere, especially Balthazar. So come on back to the five and dime Jimmy Corden, all is forgiven.
Oh, man, that's kind of a weak
right
statement to come back and, like, you had the win, bro.
Yeah.
Just say thank you.
Yeah, and
that's
here's,
it.
And here's the weird thing. Like, I understand if you're going to post this, right?
Yeah.
Then do an edit to your original post. But if you go on this guy's Instagram, the original post is still there.
Yeah.
And then, because I'm guessing it's doing very well.
Yeah, he doesn't want to delete all those likes.
Right? And then his next post is another picture of James Corden where he wrote this. Right?
Man.
Come on, man. Anyway, nobody's saying that James Corden didn't deserve it, though.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Last night on Dancing with the Stars, Selma Blair went home, and Selma Blair went into the show having been very open with her struggles with MS, and nobody really knew how long Selma Blair was going to last. She did very well on the show. Last night, though, she let her partner know that it was time to leave, and oh my God, this is crushing.
I can't go on with the competition. Pushed as far as I could. I'm so sorry, Selma. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sash. With a chronic illness, you do have special considerations, and my body is definitely taking a hit. It's way too much for the safety of my bones. There's just intensive bone trauma and inflammation among rips and tears, so I could do extensive damage that of course, I do not want. I'll have to settle in and get back to being a mom and showing him I have to, pull back on something that I love doing, and sometimes you make hard decisions. But I really want to have, a last beautiful dance with you and bow out.
If you want to dance, it would be my honor. My main worry, it's your health. You're my champion.
Oh, man.
It was so sweet. And then they danced, and she got perfect 10s. And then Sarah Michelle Gellar wrote, long before Dancing with the Stars, I knew you were a 10, and now the world knows. Selma, I've been so proud of you, and I'm often proud of you. You make the rest of us believe that we can do anything, that we can never give up. And a special thank you to Sasha, your partner, for making this experience what it was for James. Pure joy. I will be missing getting to watch the happiness radiate from Selma each week as she stepped on that stage. Thank you for that gift. And speaking of gifts, Selma Blair, your love and friendship is the greatest gift. I love you, Selma Blair. Remember that movie they did together, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair?
Which one?
Cruel Intentions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, classic movie, right?
Yeah.
Classic movie. They were so good in that together. But I'm so happy that they're still friends after all these years. And if you get the chance, oh my God, watch Selma Blair last night on Dancing with the Stars and her final dance and just the scores and everything. It's absolutely beautiful.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mariah Carey is not ready for Christmas just yet. What is this video, Maury? Explain what's going on in this video.
Every year she does a not yet video. And so she's in the bathtub, and the red dress from the All I Want for Christmas remake video is on the floor.
Okay.
And MC is spelled out in sort of like red rose petals.
Okay.
And you see the back of her.
It's very Mariah.
Very Mariah. And you see the back of her, and you kind of hear like the beginning of her All I Want for Christmas song, but she takes the remote and is like, nope, not yet. But her kids are like, come on, I want to hear this.
Oh, her kids are in the video too?
Just their voices.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, here, let me.
We want to listen to All I Want.
Not yet.
Well, can we at least decorate the tree?
Not yet.
Why not?
Oh, Because it's not time yet.
But there will be another video when it is Mariah season.
Doesn't she do it right after Halloween?
At midnight.
At midnight, right? That's
So
when
at
that's when the
midnight, that's when
Mariah
Mariah
On November
season
1st.
begins.
right. That's so great.
She owns it.
Yeah, she sure does.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear Dwayne The Rock Johnson make a sex joke to Kelly Clarkson yesterday? About a sex joke about his wife. Oh, so here they are. They're answering fan questions, and this is where it all goes wrong.
What is Black Adam's favorite Dwayne Johnson movie? Inquiring minds want to know.
I would say Black Adam's favorite. I know, God, my Rolodex right now is going.
And you can't say Black Adam. You have to say something. Yeah.
I made a movie one time with my wife that I can't. No, never mind. Sorry.
Come on now, Rock.
It was all going so well.
Come on now, Rock.
The amount of time it took for me to get that was like, I literally, if they play back my face, I'm like, that's sweet. And then I go, oh.
Come on now, Rock.
He did eventually answer and say Jumanji, though.
Oh, okay.
There you go. And then when did he sing? How did they get into the singing?
It was at
Maury?
the end of the show. They were doing a tribute to Loretta Lynn.
Yeah.
And I guess Dwayne has sang before in Moana and stuff, so she invited him up on the stage.
Oh, he does Loretta Lynn?
Yeah.
I haven't heard this yet.
Well, you thought I'd be
Kelly Clarkson singing?
Yeah. God, she's so good. My God.
You'd been out with all the boys and you ended up half-tied.
Liquor and love, it just don't mix. Leave a bottle on me behind.
And don't come home drinking with loving on your mind.
Hey, not bad.
That's all right.
Just stay out there on the town to see what you can find.
Yo, not bad, not bad.
I don't mind that at all.
Sure.
God, Kelly Clarkson's so good, though.
Yeah,
huh?
she got a fantastic voice.
Jesus.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.